Marcus Smith.
Marcus Smith is not even playing, I don't think, so it's going to be a tough game. Yeah, there maybe is a chance. I don't know exactly how that's going to go.
Emmanuel McPherson.
Emmanuel McPherson, former Lobo, looking pretty good. Looks like I have to go down, and Wes has to go up. Wes, speak up.
Speak up.
Speak like a man, Wes.
What?
Talk like a man.
Talk like
Wes,
a man.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Don't just
Testing,
walk like
1,
a man.
2,
Talk
3,
like a
4.
man. There we go.
I was like, when you put it on the spot, like, so what's your number on?
Okay.
8? We won't touch all those. We'll just touch this.
Just
So.
that one, yeah. Just bring it down all the way down for now.
Okay.
Okay, but we just know. Good evening, Stars fans, and welcome to the beautiful Santa Ana Stars Center, joined here by Leeway Lucero. Here we go. Stars 4-3 record.
You know, Wes, I'll tell you what, it's amazing. It seems like forever since we've done a game as the Stars have been out of town for 2 weeks. They had a bye week. But all of a sudden, here we are with the Rio Grande Valley Soul coming to town. And what's on the line? First place. That's what's on the line, as the Stars have reeled off 3 in a row. Okay? And they've beaten their nemesis there in Amarillo a couple times. And all of a sudden, here we are. We've got to beat the top team, which arguably they're the number 1 team in the league, the Rio Grande Valley Soul. If they beat them, the Soul are now in first place. And all of a sudden, we start looking towards the playoffs and start looking exactly at what the Soul can do what the Soul and the Stars can do. This is a pivotal game, probably the biggest game of the season, Wes.
A lot of people talk about it, and you look at it. The Stars' defense is winning them a lot of games this year. Yes, Rio Grande might be the best overall team, but the New Mexico Stars have the best overall defense. That, with Marcus Smith out there, with guys like Roland Bruno out there, getting interceptions and making them happen, that's not something you don't see often in arena football.
You know, I talked to Coach Briamonte before the game, and he kind of chuckled. He goes, it's totally different than what you see in Arena League. He goes, you just don't see it in arena football. You do not see where defenses are as dominant as this team are. He goes, what will be great is if we can put this offense together to the point where they can go ahead and score a lot of points with this defense already on top of it. If they can get the offense going, the Stars can be very dangerous going into the tournament.
Well, you look at all these games. Like, it took a while. Stars started out 1-3, and they've come back from being blown out that first game against Amarillo, and you can see the development of guys like Andrew McGlory, a rookie quarterback. He's starting to come in his own a little bit.
Well, and once again, I did speak with Coach Briamonte, and he said, you know, as far as he's concerned, Andrew's really coming along. I mean, he's really getting better, much better than when he first started, obviously, as the season. And let's face it, Wes, I don't care what sport, and I don't care at what level, but a rookie quarterback or rookie player, that's got to be one of the toughest positions. I mean, just trying to get used to the speed of the game when you've never played arena football before and you come from the outdoor game inside, it's a lot tougher than a lot of people think.
You gotta remember, when you were playing arena football, you're playing in a honky rink. There's just no glass. It's that big.
And it's just the speed. I mean, you just don't have time to make reads. You don't have time to go through progressions. You know, you have 1.5 basic reads. You have your hot, and then you can look, you know, if you have to look the guy off, then that's all you've got. And then by that, the defense is on you. So you have to make a play, and you have to make a play immediately. And McGlory suffered like most rookie quarterbacks suffer at first, but I really think he's starting to put it together. I think Coach Briamonte's challenged him, and I think McGlory has come through.
Looking at this game coming through, we've talked about a handful of players here, but let's see. There's 2 Stars to look out for this game if they want to be successful against this Rio Grande Valley team.
Are you talking about for the Stars?
Yeah, it's the Stars.
Successful? Well, obviously it starts on the offense. McGlory's got to be able to find his receivers. Let's face it, if you look at the Soul, they scored, 92 points last week, I believe. And they're number 1 in the league. They're one of the top offenses. They have a great quarterback in Nate Davis. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, Nate Davis, the quarterback, who was drafted by the San Francisco 49ers, spent some time with the 49ers as well as the Indianapolis Colts. He's also played in the, obviously the past 2 years with Amarillo. He's won championships, LSFL championships. So obviously the Soul has a strong offense, but the Stars got the top defense in the league. So obviously there's a battle there. You got to look at that side. As far as the Stars offensively, what do they got to do? McGlory's got to play error-free football. He's had a couple of games where obviously he's made those rookie errors, if you will, but he's also had the games where he's taken care of the ball. Because with this team, when you got a team that's scoring in the 80s and the 90s on a regular basis in the Soul, you can't afford to not keep up with them, and you can't afford to just give them free opportunities with the ball. I was talking to the coach of the Soul earlier, and he told me that last week, even scoring 92 points, Wes, they had 5 turnovers.
That means they're big shots, big deep passes, getting the ball out there. But we're going to take a second here and pause because we're about to hear the national anthem. We'll be right back after that national anthem's over. I just had to go down and talk to the coaches, and I got their starters now.
Okay. What? In the name of Jesus, God, just let us touch us with our minds, heart, soul, spirit, you every dream, every desire. In the name of Jesus, let's touch. Bind every powers, strengthen us up in you, Lord. This is life, and we are just here. And if you don't help us, give us your love, God, to worship you, to worship you. For you are the one who has eternal life. In the name of Jesus, we pray. Amen.
Well, welcome back, Stars fans. After we got the national anthem and the prayer read, it's time for some Stars football. It's already been an exciting day in the sports world. If you haven't been following, how about Leroy? How about that California Chrome, one race away from the Triple Crown?
Yeah, I'll tell you what, for horse racing fans, that's exciting when you figure that it's been quite a few decades since we've had a Triple Crown winner. And, hey, you know, it's got to be fun for that. Obviously, in Europe, the football championships have already, I guess,
Atletico ends up winning the league in Spain, and then you could look at Arsenal winning the FA Cup.
Oh, Arsenal won the FA Cup.
Yes.
Okay, so there you go.
So it's been already an exciting day, and you also got other local sports going on. So it's always exciting to see all this going. And we're ready for some football, Leroy. What do we see happening here? You got any predictions for how this game's going to go?
Well, I have a prediction that it's going to be tough. I mean, the Stars. I mean, in talking with both the Stars coaches and the Soul coaches, this is going to be a tough game. There's a lot of respect, a lot of mutual respect for both coaches, for both teams, and vice versa. Coach Priamante has nothing but respect for the Rio Grande Valley Soul. He talks about being the top team, obviously, in the league. And then on the other side of the wall, Coach Blaylock of the Soul said that if he had a vote, that Coach Priamante would be Coach of the Year for everything that they've had to put up with here in New Mexico, and just the way that they've had to do things, and that not only have they succeeded as things are moving forward in all directions, but they're winning. And they're winning convincingly. I mean, they've played some tough games, Wes. So I think right now you have two well-coached teams. You have two teams that can score. But I think with the Stars have something different that no other team in the league has right now. And they have a pretty stifling defense.
And a big thing a lot of people don't talk about is New Mexico is a little out there. There's all these other Texas schools, so it's almost Texas teams, schools, teams. But you look at it, it's kind of like the Stars versus Texas, pretty much every week. That's what it is. So the Stars are out here in New Mexico, and they're starting to win games, going to tough places like Amarillo and winning, West Texas and winning. So for them to come out there and get these victories, it's huge. Hey, look who's out there, number 11, Marcus Smith.
Yeah, there was a little question about whether he was going to come out or not. Obviously, he made it out, so he's going to be playing. And, Wes, can I go ahead and vote for the worst numbers for the Rio Grande Valley Soul?
Yeah, I can't read them at all. It's impossible to say the least, but we're going to give it our best go. We got these starters out there for them. We got number 2, Leo Alvarez, out there to take the kick. The Stars won the toss, so they'll like to receive, and here comes the opening kickoff. Stars have one player back, and
Jerome McGee.
Number 2, Jerome McGee, and here's the kick, and it's a squib kick down the middle.
Right to Landrick Brody, drops it.
And look
at this. Oh, fumble. And it looks like the Soul recovered it, Wes, on the fumble.
Let's see, after the dog pile.
The official call is a fumble, and it is recovered by the Rio Grande Valley Soul.
And that was Roosevelt Falls, number 44, taking the ball up the field. And he got it. He fell back and got it ripped out of his arms. And the Soul, on what looked to be great field position, fumbled the ball early. We got a couple players down for the Rio Grande Valley Soul. We apologize, we can't see those numbers from where we're at vantage point right now. But that's what we're talking about, Leroy, at the beginning of the game. Turnovers are going to kill you against an offense like this.
Well, you just can't give away free balls like that. I mean, you figure the Stars were in position there at the 15-yard line. They could have gone in and gotten a quick score. Now all of a sudden you turn this high-powered offense on for the Rio Grande Valley Soul, led by Nate Davis, and now there's a little bit of trouble. Now the Stars are in trouble. You put the defense on the line right here.
And we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens with the Soul taking over the ball. You got 1st and 10 at the 13-yard line. You got Nate Davis under center. You got split wide receivers on either side. You got one wide receiver on either side. One comes into motion, and he goes. But Nate Davis drops back. Nice 3-step drop. He's pressured a little bit. Has to run outside the pocket and wide open at the 17-yard line. Catch the ball, missed tackle, and that looks to be number.
We got a flag down. I can't read the number, Wes. I'm sorry. Let's see when he gets up.
Still can't read the number.
Well, it's going to be a tough play-by-play job for you, Wes. And I apologize, folks. We're going to have to say this player and that player. I'm
going to go number 5, Jared Williams there. But that doesn't sound right either because that's a defensive lineman. So we apologize, folks. It was a penalty on the Stars, unsportsmanlike conduct. That'll be half the distance to go. 1st down, Soul at the 6-yard line. And the Boo Birds come out to start right away.
You know, Wes, I actually think that was Jorge Mata, the 5'8" wide receiver. Does that look right?
He was a little bit taller than 5'8".
Yeah.
Oh,
wait, I got it. Danny Young, 6'4" wide receiver, number 14. That's who it was.
It's gonna, and bear with us, folks. It's gonna be a difficult. I haven't seen numbers like this. It's white on silver.
Silver on white.
And you have orange outlining it, not very bright.
Oof.
And you got the Stars in their all black uniforms, white letters with a red stripe down the sides of their legs, black helmets with the New Mexico Stars logo on the side of the helmet. We'll see. That's not the way the Stars wanted to start this game.
Well, no. So far we've had a fumble. We had a long pass by Davis. And then you add in an extra half the distance to the goal penalty for unsportsmanlike conduct. And all of a sudden the Stars find themselves in the shadow of their own end zone.
And we'll see what happens here. The Stars' defense, this is where they earn a lot of what's going on. The Stars do a lot of good things on defense. He found the gap in the zone there, Nate Davis, and you're talking a very, very experienced quarterback, like you were mentioning earlier, with time with the 49ers and with the Colts. A lot of people might remember this, and Roland Bruno's having to take a step onto the bench here. He got hit pretty hard here. And Roland Bruno's going to be back out here. Puts his helmet back on it. He's a big key to the defense for the New Mexico Stars.
Well, you got 2 wide receivers that play both wide receiver and defense, and Marcus Smith and Roland Bruno. Tough guys. They play both sides of the ball, and to be honest with you, Wes, those 2 young men have been also one of the reasons that this Stars defense has been really solid, as well as the defensive line. Roosevelt Falls has to get in there and try to put pressure on Nate Davis once again.
Nate Davis is under the center. He takes a snap, and he hands it off right to his fullback right there. Fullback is plugged right at the 6-yard line, and he does not get anywhere. And that was number 7, Tristan Carter, being plugged up there. Stars weren't fooled with that one, were they, Leroy?
No, absolutely not. And I'll tell you what, you're not going to get much on this defensive line. The Stars' defensive line has been solid all year long. In fact, in speaking with Coach Blaylock, he talked about that. He said that the Stars' defensive line has to be one of the best that he's seen in a long time. I mean, it's every level, every position, they're just solid. They come and they have a solid motor.
All right, here you go. You got Nate Davis back under center. You got a running back off to the left, trips to the right, and here we go. Quick pass, they got double, and he's looking for a gap, and the Stars close that hole very quickly and shut down the wide receiver from the Soul. And on that tackle for the Stars, you got number 32 JT Cleveland up in there, and number 44 Roosevelt Falls.
And that was Damian Clark, who looked like he had an inch there, but in this game it closes fast, Wes. Closes very fast. 3rd down here for the Soul. This would be huge if the Stars can stop them. We got trips coming to the other side, Wes.
Yeah, trips to the right, and you got running back on the right and one in motion. Nate Davis takes a step back, and there's a flag there. We'll see the calls on there.
Looks like the Soul was offsides. I think the motion man left a little bit too early. I think. Official call.
Offsides on defense.
Roosevelt Falls is not starting off the game the way he wanted to. Obviously, he has the fumble on the kickoff return, and now he has the offsides penalty.
We'll see how the Stars react here. It's still 3rd down, and in the arena game, having the ball this close to the goal line is a little bit more difficult.
Yeah, well, since you have men in motion and stuff, you really have to try to you don't have time to make moves, double moves, or anything like that. Everything's got to be quick. So the defensive backs and they go for the run, and I think he got across.
Nope, they're marking him short. They're marking him short on 4th down. Nate Davis was in the shotgun. You had one motion coming from the left to the right, and Nate Davis handed off under motion after getting the shotgun snap, and he tried to cut it right in there, and the Stars stop him at the half-yard line, and it brings up a 4th down here for the Soul. Is the Stars defense, can they tighten up? If the Soul go to their fullback, the number 7, we'll see what happens here, but he's right next off the left side, and a sneak, and he gets around.
And big Nate Davis comes across, Wes, and just powers into it.
Nate Davis just rolled out to the right-hand side and put it in, jumped it right in the end zone. So early on, it's 11:50 to go in the first quarter, and that's 6 points, extra point pending for the Soul, and they get down the field on Stars' mistakes.
Victor Jackson, of course, he went for a ride there. He had the play on Davis, but Davis is just too big to be able to be tackled exactly like that. You're going to have to square up on that guy and really try to shove him backwards. That's a tough go for a one-on-one guy.
Leo Alvarez is in for the extra point. The snap is up, kick is down, and it is no good. It is off the post. And another free souvenir for Stars fans out there. Remember, whenever the football goes in the stands, it's a free gift for you.
Wes, I'll tell you what, as much as you hate the way that happened, it actually turned out pretty good for the Stars. Yes, they give up the 6 point, they mix the extra point, but I really think the Stars defense kind of made a stop there. I know that sounds weird to say as they gave the points, but they really forced Davis to really put pressure. They put pressure on Davis. They were able to force him to go through some reads, and that's nothing but good stuff for the Stars defense.
And now you got, with 11:36 to go, 6-0. Stars are down 6-0 after the miss of the extra point. So we'll see where it goes from here. And this was a shaky air. We lost the ball last time against the squib kick per se, and Roosevelt Falls fumbled the ball. And
there's Roland Bruno, the leader, one of the leaders on this team, kind of giving Roosevelt a little tap on the head, saying, "All right, big man, you know what I mean. The ball's going to probably come more than likely to you once again. This time, just hold on to it, protect that ball."
And you got Jermaine McGee back. And here's the kick by the Soul. And see, is he going to squib it?
What do you think? Of course.
And there's a squib
right
again.
To Falls.
And he lets it go, and it bounces up, and he gets it off the top of the wall. McGee has it up. There's a seam to the 15, and it's quickly closed there by the Soul. I thought there was a hole there for McGee to get through, and it seemed like two semis coming head-to-head for each other and took him right down.
Desmond Cathy was one of the young men that came in there, and they just met. They met at McGee.
McGee was met.
All right, Wes. Andrew McGlory's going to be under center this time for the Soul. Or I'm sorry, for the Stars. I think we're looking at this.
Sorry, we're not go. They're not. We actually can read these numbers. So we got looking out there. You got your main man Dexter Manley out there. You got Roland Bruno in the backfield. It looks like he's going to be the one going into motion. You got number 2, Jermaine McGee, and you got McGlory under center. McGlory takes the ball, steps
back. Go to Dexter right away.
And a little bit too early there, but there's a flag on the field.
Dexter wasn't ready for the ball. He needs to turn around and be quicker on that. I don't know if that's McGlory's fault or if that's Manley's fault, but they obviously weren't on the same page as Manley was wide open at that point.
And here's the call. Illegal defense on the Soul. So it'll be a 5-yard penalty, and we get the automatic first down. There you go. Illegal defense. I didn't necessarily see what defense did, but there's certain defenses you can't have too many men up on the line, or maybe not even enough men on the line. They were in a zone defense there. So, again, looking at the Stars, you got Landry Brody out there. You got Dexter Manley. You got Andrew McGlory, who's been a staple at quarterback all season. And it's nice to see Roland Bruno out there on offense a little bit.
Well, he's been playing offense at the wide receiver position. He's done really well. Like I said, both him and Marcus have been playing both ways. Marcus obviously is not on there right now.
So you got McGlory under center. McGee's in motion on your right side, 2 to your left. McGlory sets back quick, and it is almost intercepted.
I can't tell you who that was, but he almost had a gift there.
He was stretched out fully, and he almost got that. So you could see where the play was developing. McGlory needs to take a second and let that develop a little bit more. Stars have the speed on the outside. They just got to make it happen.
That was Kamichael Hall, number 35, Kamichael Hall.
How do you still see that?
You just kind of got to strain and stretch those eyes, Wes.
We're really not that far away.
I'm playing spotter right now. That's what I'm doing.
We're really not that far away, but we could have used binoculars tonight. Again, McGlory's under center. You got Landrick Brody to his left. You got 2 to the left, 1 to the right. And here we go. In motion is McGee. McGee steps forward, and here's McGlory. And to McGee.
Perfect
He is
pass.
open, and that'll get you a Stars first down. Great read by McGlory there to get it to McGee. That's the type of thing. That's what the Stars do. They quick hit, deep pass.
Well, that was nice because McGlory was able to sit there. He made the read. He allowed McGee to find the soft spot there in the zone, right in front of the safety. He dropped the pass to him perfectly, and there you go, first down. Those are the kinds of things that the Stars are going to have to do. Just be. You don't have to get the home run shots. You just got to sit there and constantly just get those, first downs, move the chains, keep the ball in your hands, keep the ball away from Nate Davis and this Soul offense.
First time seeing McGlory in the shotgun. He takes it. He's being pressured. He steps up. He gets away from 2, and he throws a pick, and that's touch.
Terrible.
And that's a pass he shouldn't have made, and he's still running, and he gets up there. He's down the 15-yard line. That's a pass McGlory shouldn't have made. So we'll see what happens here with McGlory. McGlory's got to talk to coach here. That's a pass. You saw that interception happening right away, Leroy.
Well, he threw it right open to him, and the thing is, McGlory had been getting better at just throwing the ball into souvenir land and giving it to a Stars fan. That's something that we have been seeing in the progression of Andrew McGlory, but he went back to the rookie mistake and kept the ball in play, and now the Soul have the ball. It's a second turnover by the Stars, and once again, now Nate Davis has the ball, and now this, things start to get a little shaky here. Let's not forget, this team gets into the 80s and 90s on a regular basis as an offense, and now you're giving this team the ball once again.
Nate Davis under center, running back to his right, 2 to the left, 1 in motion to the right. There you go. He steps back. He's got all the time in the world, wide open at the 17-yard line. He goes down right there, but that was too easy, Leroy.
Well, that was once again Damian Clark, number 11. He made a double move. He was wide open, and you can't let that happen. Davis and his wide receivers, they have it clicking right now. He knows where they're going to be. He puts it right on the money, right where they. If you notice, Davis was the only guy. Or I'm sorry, I apologize. Clark was the only guy that could make that catch. If Clark doesn't make that catch, it's a souvenir.
And here we go on the small side. You got 2. You got 1 now, and he goes to the left side. Nate Davis takes a snap, slow developing snap. It looks like this could be
That's
outside.
That's a pressure.
Pressure's up. There's a flag on the field. He just
chucks
it up
for grabs,
there, and he comes down with it.
Comes through with the ball.
We'll see what the penalty is, if it was Stars or it's touchdown on the field, but there's a flag on the field.
6'3", 205-pound Damian Clark once again. You're 6'3". You just throw it up and go get it, big fella.
And we'll see what the call is here, and it looks like it. We'll wait for the call. There's
Roosevelt Falls is saying it's against the Soul, and I don't see him setting up for the extra point, so nope, denied.
Touchdown, Soul. And like that. That's why this team scores in the 80s. Nate Davis, experienced quarterback, and we'll see what happens here. And you got Leo Alvarez down here for the extra point again. Leroy, that was just way too easy.
Well, that's fair. He's 6'3". I didn't see who the defender was, but he wasn't 6'3". And if you can throw it up and allow that guy and allow him to go up and get it, that's just like a center in an alley-oop play.
The kick is up, and it is good. He rocketed that one through. So we're looking at with 7:55 left. Oh, they're saying no good. Oh, no, they give it to him.
No, it's good. It's 13-0.
So with 13-0, Soul over the Stars with 7:55. We're going to take a little break here, and we'll be right back to more Stars football. All right, we're back to the Santa Ana Star Center here in Rio Rancho, New Mexico. With 7:55 to go, it's all Soul, 13-0. Leroy, what do the Stars have to do to get back in this game?
Well, I'll tell you what they need to do is they need to calm down, they need to settle down, they need to start taking care of the ball. We talked about it before the game. We've been talking during it. This Soul team can put up some serious points. And right now the Stars really need to just value that football, put extra value in that football. Don't make any stupid mistakes.
And here's the kickoff. It bounces in the end zone and goes into the souvenir area. So we'll see what happens here with the Stars getting the football back with 7:47 to go. Remember, fans, you come out to games, that football goes in there in the stands. It's yours. Keep it. Have fun. Take it home.
And it's really a cool thing, Wes, and I think more fans should come out and just enjoy all of these LSFL action, whatever city that you're in. Doesn't matter. Go out, check out the games, find out what it's all about, and just enjoy it. It's a great time. It's a great thing to do on a Saturday night. That's all I can say. I can't think of anything better to do tonight than be right here in the Star Center.
So the Stars come back line at their own 5-yard line. McGlory's under center. Landric's to his left. One wide receiver to the left, two to the right. Dexter Manley in motion. Dexter takes it. And McGlory's overthrew McGee there. It looked like Dexter was going to be wide open up the seam, but it was a little bit rushed there. McGlory seems to be shaken by this defense, something we haven't seen McGlory like in a couple weeks.
Well, you know, like I said, we talked about this, Wes, and I talked to Coach Briamonte about this. He said that he's been a little bit, better, but obviously if you're a coach, you want a guy to progress
and
even
there was
further.
A flag on
there's a reason that he was shook up.
And offsides on the defense, so there you go.
Looks like the Soul was there a little bit early. I'd be shook up too.
I'm all shook up.
Oh, my goodness.
I'm all shook up.
Wes with the Elvis Presley. I can't even call that an impersonation. I'm sorry.
It was just as good, if not better.
Better than what?
Elvis. Come on, man.
Oh.
I should move to Vegas right now.
Well, the good thing is we don't have the video, so people can't see your hips shaking.
McGlory's under center. You got McGee in motion. McGlory fumbles, and
you got to value that football. And it looks like the Soul have it. Or at least one player jumps up with the ball.
They're calling second down.
Second down. They said he was down, so
they said that what might have happened there. They see the Star player with the ball on the bottom of the pile, and then the Soul player might have ripped it out.
Well, I must have blown the whistle as soon as he saw the ball in the black jersey player hand there, and said that's it. And then that's where the dog pile happened.
McGlory needs to settle down. Settle down,
yeah.
McGlory.
It's tough. You can't do this anyway. But what play can you do to try to settle things down for Andrew McGlory? You try to run the ball. You're down 13 points. So what can you do at this point? You got to just ride it out with the rookie.
You got McGlory under center, McGee in motion. McGlory takes that. He has time this time. There's plenty of time, and the hole opens up. And McGlory's just going to take the ball and run. He stiff arms and gets a nice gain there, and he's down.
He's down, but the ball comes out, but he's down.
He got thrown against the boards, and the ball came out. As soon as you hit the boards, you're down. So that was a nice gain there. It looks about 9 yards there. He was 2 yards behind the sticks, so he still has he has a 3rd and 3 going on. But that was a smart idea of McGlory. He saw the hole open up. He didn't force a pass.
Well, and the thing is, everyone was covered. The Soul was some great defense there, Wes, and when that happens, everything was opened up. McGlory made the play. If he could have slipped the one tackle, he'd have the first down. Didn't quite get there, but at least he, like you said, he didn't do anything silly. He didn't make a rookie mistake here.
I like this move. Gives McGlory a little bit more time in visualization of the field. McGlory's in shotgun. Dexter Manley in motion. He takes the pass. Dexter Manley's...
And catch it. No, it was defended well.
He was right on him. Dexter had a step, but it was closed down very, very, very quickly by...
David Irizarry. I'm going to say David Irizarry made the closing. The ball was slow to get there, but he was able to get one hand in there and bat it away from Dexter. I'm
just looking at this lineup for the Soul. David has experience in the NFL, LSFL, and CFL. There's a lot of experience on this Soul team.
Well, I mean, there's a reason they're in first place, Wes. I mean, seriously, there's a reason they're in first place. They're an experienced team. They have a lot of veterans, and they have a lot of guys that have played in a lot of leagues that have experience both in the indoor and outdoor game.
McGlory on 4th down, and he overthrows it. He had the first down right there. It was overthrown on 4th down, and the Soul get the ball on downs. That's not what you need to happen, Stars. Now there needs to be a stop here, or this game might be over before even the first quarter's over. In arena football, and especially against a team that scores 80 to 90 points a game, you cannot have that happen.
I mean, we're getting to the point now, Wes, where something has to happen as far as the Stars have to find a way to get a turnover. I mean, they have to get a turnover, a stop, something. This defense, we talked about it. They've been much lauded. They're an exciting defense. They really need to find a way to step up and make a play right now.
Stars in defense, you got Nate Davis in center. You got one in motion, two to the left. There you go, takes a snap, and he has time, and very good defense. And there you go. Cerna said no, not that time. That's the type of play. That's what we're used to seeing from the Stars defense.
I tell you what, he undercut that pass, and that was just, that was a touchdown. I mean, he got there, just timed it perfectly, Serta did. Was able to get the paw out there and just bat it away. Obviously, you wanted the turnover, you can get it, but that's the second best thing right there.
If you can't catch it, knock it down so they can't catch it. All right, here we go. Nate Davis, you got Nate Davis comes to center. There's one in a motion, so you're going to go trips to the left.
Motion.
And steps back. He has time, and looks to be, and again.
And another play. Let's see if there's a flag on that. No flag. Nice.
It looked like there could have been holding on the offensive line.
Serta had the back arm wrapped around his hip of the wide receiver, but I'll tell you what a play. Back-to-back plays by the black jersey
of Nate Serta.
Nate Serta, thank you. Did I say Jay Serta before?
Yeah, you did.
I'm sorry.
Are you thinking of the wrestler?
Maybe I am. I don't know. No, that's Cena, bro. Come on.
Cena
Nation.
Serta.
This is Serta Nation, or at least Serta State. I don't know.
Nate Davis under center, 2 to the right, and he goes into motion to make it 2 to the left. One on the other side, and Nate Davis takes a step, and he is pressured.
Just
and
throws it away.
Obviously,
there's penalty flag. I don't know if the Stars are offsides or if that was motion on the
It's
Soul.
offsides and Stars.
Think so? The whole side of the whole defensive side came across that time.
Offsides, defense. Let's see if that's right.
Yeah, you're a good call.
Offsides, whole defensive line. Well,
you could choose a number there.
So you're looking at this, Leroy. They make 2 good plays and they shoot themselves in the foot.
Well, I mean, it's still third down. I mean, you don't want to give that up. Once again, you hate to see all these penalties, but I mean, these aren't like what you'd call brain fart penalties. These are penalties of aggression. They're trying to get an edge, and that, sometimes it happens. Now we got another penalty, another flag. Soul take too long?
We'll see what happens here. There could be an unsportsmanlike conduct penalty too.
Well, that would be huge.
I saw some talking going back and forth.
There's definitely some jawing going on.
Illegal formation. So it's a moot point now. You look at there was offsides, and now there's an illegal formation. It's back to 3rd and 10 for the Soul. And you got Nate Davis coming up under center. You got one on either side, one into motion for the Soul. On the left side, he's into motion, and Nate Davis takes the ball. He steps back. He's got plenty of time, and through the hands, and there's a flag. They're going to call helmet to helmet.
Well, I don't think they have that, but I think they hit it. He hit after the ball was on the ground.
And that's going to give a.
That's we just spoke, Wes. We just talked about. You didn't make those brain fart plays. You know what I mean? Penalties. They were penalties of aggression. They were smart penalties, if you will. That was a dumb penalty. I mean, Marcus Allen's got to lay off that shot. You can't give that shot out. I mean, he's saying that it was tapped. I don't think I don't think they're calling pass interference. I think they're calling unsportsmanlike conduct. Yeah. It had nothing to do with the pass interference. That had nothing to do with it. It's a fact that the play was over when Allen leveled him.
I could also side with Allen here. He might not have seen the ball. He doesn't know where that ball is. He's trying to jar the ball loose wherever it might be.
Yeah, but when the ball hits the ground, you can't take 2 steps and knock a guy. You just can't do it.
1st and goal from the 7-yard line for the Soul. You got one into motion, one on either side to left. He comes left into motion.
Handoff, great play.
It hasn't worked all game, Leroy.
Adrian Cole was there waiting for him. That's awesome. That's just good, solid defense right there.
Are your eyes hurting trying to squint so much to figure out these numbers?
Yeah, I've almost given up on the Soul numbers. They can't even see them. It's just not even. I mean, even when you see them, they got that weird new number, that futuristic number. It's just too difficult. Even if you can get through the color, you can't see with the lines that are out there, the outline.
2 to the right, one in motion coming on. He switches sides, and he trips to the right. Nate Davis under center, takes it up, and there's a fumble down, and Nate gets it right back. Falls right, he takes a good bounce and falls right on top of it. But lucky bounce there. Lucky bounce.
Victor Jock's got to be careful. You can't be doing silly stuff like that. Just tap the guy at the play end. Don't be trying to wrestle for a ball that's on the ground. You're going to get yourself in trouble and another penalty. And I think that's what the back judge is telling him right now. Just stop that stuff.
3rd and goal from the 8-yard line. 1 minute, 23 seconds to go in the first quarter, with the Soul up 13-0 on the Stars.
Third down, the Stars defense has to come up huge here right now.
Nate Davis under center, trips to the right, and
Trips only got 2 defenders.
He flushed, and he gets it, and it's intercepted! It's Emmanuel McPherson with the interception. The former Lobo with the interception there comes up big.
That is huge, Wes. Absolutely huge.
Emmanuel McPherson. You know, Leo, I remember the days when you interviewed him when he first committed to UNM.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, Emmanuel McPherson steps up and just makes the right play. And you know what's amazing about that, Wes? What I was telling you is the play was running. The Soul had 3 wide receivers in there. They had flooded that side of the field, and the Stars only had 2 defenders. One of them steps up and makes the play, Emmanuel McPherson.
And with 1 minute, 2 seconds to go in the first quarter, we're going to take a quick break. 13-0, Soul over the Stars.
Welcome back, Stars and Souls fan, as Andrew McGlory and the New Mexico Stars come in after the recipient of an excellent play by Emmanuel McPherson to get the ball back for the Stars. Once again, the Stars have been shaky on offense. McGlory's been a little shaky. The entire offense has. They got an opportunity. They got a second life here.
McGlory's in shotgun. He takes the snap, and he's got time this time. Gets the ball over to
Ron Bruno.
How does he catch that? Touchdown, Stars! How does he catch that, Leroy? I thought it was picked off.
I'll tell you what, that was just a heck of a play. McGlory was able to somehow squeeze it in there. The defender, he did have the ball. If he didn't, we talked about it over here when Serta knocked the ball down. The defender for the Soul did not knock the ball down. The ball was live. He was able to catch it and obviously outrun the defender to get into the end zone. And talk about just a breath of fresh life for the New Mexico Stars.
And that makes it 13-6. McGlory straight on kick. Here we go for the. There's the snap. The kick is down and up, and it is good.
Right down the middle.
McGlory bringing the good old days of football back with a straight on kick. Not only does he throw touchdowns, he kicks the extra points as well. And with 39 seconds to go, we're talking a little bit different. The Stars defense, where we know is good, came alive. McPherson gets the interception. The biggest thing I saw there, actually, by the offense, was putting McGlory in the shotgun. It gives him a second to survey the field, see where everybody is, and he's not under center taking his couple steps back. He can go through his progressions a little bit faster. I like that. I like being in the shotgun for him.
Well, more importantly, Wes, and I think that what started this whole run off was the fact that the defense was able to step up and make that play. The offense of the Stars this year has fed off of the defense. That's what they've done. They've fed off of the defense. And when the defense does good things, the offense is able to do it. Now you have to wonder, if you're the Stars, you squib kick it, you try to put the defense back on the field. You almost wonder, do you try for that onside kick right now?
I think it's too early for that, but it could come as a shock to them. But we'll see. And for people to understand in this game, if you bounce the ball and it goes into the stands if you air it into the stands, they get it on the 15-yard line. But if you bounce the ball before it goes in the stands, it goes to the 5-yard line. So almost a squibbed bounce where he has to let it go in the stands is the best play he can make there. So they have to start all the way at their 5-yard line. Arena football brings in so many more dimensions on the kickoff than in NFL or professional football.
Nope, they kick it straight on.
There's a squib, and it bounces, and he gets it at the goal line. So bring it up, and he stumbles, and is down at the 10-yard line. That's what you need. And Marcus Smith with the squib kick there. So you got Marcus and McGlory kicking. It's just everybody's a kicker on this team. And again,
was that Serta once again out there making the play?
Again, the fans, I apologize. Getting the numbers for the Soul is extremely difficult.
Well, let's just say where they're at right now, it's impossible.
We know we can kind of guesstimate by heights and weights and sizes, but we do know Big Nate Davis is under center there for quarterback for the Stars, or for the Soul, excuse me. So Nate Davis takes a snap. He's under center. You got two. Got some
pressure.
And
hit just as he threw.
He's overthrown. The Stars are asking for an intentional grounding, but there's a player in the area.
No, he overthrew him. Roosevelt Fells hit him just as he was throwing, as Davis was throwing the pass. And that's exactly, look, once again, all of a sudden you're seeing a little bit of life. You're seeing some excitement from this Stars defense, Wes, and that's exactly what they need. Coach Priamonte needs his defense to really just kind of get things going. If they can get the defense rolling, I'll tell you what, this offense is playing well enough that they can pull a win out. I know it's early to say, it's only the end of the first quarter, but still, they're playing well enough, the defense is, and if the offense doesn't, let's face it, 3 turnovers by the Stars, they're only down by 6 points?
Yeah, you're down 13-7 at the end of the first quarter. You got to look at what they're doing now on defense. They have a little jump in their step. They have a little kick to what they're trying to do now. They're getting to the quarterback. They're tipping balls. They're not making those mistakes out there that they were to start the game.
Well, at the end of the first quarter, it's Rio Grande Valley Soul 13, New Mexico Stars 7. We're going to take a quick break, and we'll be back for the second quarter.
Welcome back, Stars fan, to the Santa Ana Stars Center here in Rio Rancho, New Mexico, and the Stars are alive. After the first couple minutes of that game, we were worried with the turnovers and how fast the Soul were scoring. The defense we've known, or we've come to love, is playing the way we know how they can play.
Well, I'll tell you what, like I said, they had 3 turnovers at the Stars, and they're only down by 6 points. That's huge. I mean, if they can make a play here, they can get a stop. Next thing you know, Stars are back in business. They can be a lead in this, and there it is. There's a defense. Falls. Intercepted. Marcus Smith. That's a touchdown.
Touchdown! And look at that. The Stars defense.
There's a penalty, but who cares? Let them have fun.
The touchdown's going to count. There's flags on the field. But with that, it's a tie game. 2 interceptions, tie game.
Right. Well, I'll tell you what. And Marcus Smith, the last time we were here in the Rio Rancho Star Center, Marcus Smith had 3 interceptions, 2 went back for touchdowns. Right now, he got the 1 touchdown right there. Great play by Marcus Smith.
Hey,
but it all
did
starts.
You see that? Did you see that? You had a nice little wave from your daughter down there.
Yeah, Katrina's making her debut here, working with the staff of the New Mexico Stars. Real happy with that. Good to see Joe Thielander back here and doing his thing.
Yeah,
John, excuse me.
Yeah, it's
John
nice to see
Thielander.
John back. He's been a staple. So we'll see. It's nice to have the friendly faces back.
Who's been ejected?
It's called unsportsmanlike conduct on number 40. So
Is that Victor Jacques?
I think.
So the penalty wasn't for falling backwards. It was an unsportsmanlike an ejection for Victor Jacques.
They're talking. Coach Villamonte is talking about this, and they're calling an unsportsmanlike conduct on it. And I didn't see what happened. I just saw flags go straight in the air.
Here's a replay up here.
And you can't see it on that replay, but talk about this defense. You got two guys, Emmanuel McPherson with a big interception, and then you got a big interception by Mr. Interception himself, Marcus Smith.
But you know what, Wes? It's not so much that the defenders, I mean, granted, the DBs made the play, don't get me wrong, but you got to look up front. I mean, you know, in talking to the coach of the Rio Grande Valley Soul earlier today before the game, he talked about the defensive line of the New Mexico Stars and how they're tough. And I'll tell you what, Roosevelt Falls is making a name for himself right now. 6'1", 240 pounds. I'll tell you what, he's dominant on the defensive line for this Soul team, and he showed once again as he was there in the offensive backfield.
And there he goes. He's out. He's out of this game. We'll see. I don't know what happened. We'll try to find out for you.
Is he out or they? Oh yeah, there it is. There's the gate.
We'll see. We'll try to confirm what happened at halftime and figure out why he was ejected. So here's the kick. It's going to be on the kickoff. You'll see that penalty, you'll see the penalty take place either the kickoff or the first play. So you got McGlory's taking back straight on kick. The ball is snapped down. A little bit of bobble. Kick is up, and it's
he hit
good
it
again.
And look at this.
Stars
we
lead.
talked about this, Wes.
14-13 Stars. 14:41 to go in the second quarter. Did I just say that right? 14-13 Stars right now?
I mean, it's amazing because the Stars had 3 turnovers in the first quarter. Wes, we talked about it off the air. We talked about this game could get very ugly very quickly. Did we not just say that off the air?
No, we looked at each other. We go, uh-oh.
Yeah, and now all of a sudden we got a game, 14-13, and all of a sudden the Stars have new life, and it's all about the defense. The offense hasn't done anything.
Well, you got to admit that pass and catch, Roland Bruno, that was one thing. They were at the 10-yard line for the deep touchdown. But other than that, 2 interceptions is what brought you back in this game. Weren't we talking about that non-stop at the beginning of this game? Defense, defense, defense?
Absolutely, and the Stars' defense has been solid the entire time. So let me see if I can get a picture of this kid.
Look at, she's having a blast down there. She's looking good in her Stars staff shirt down there.
All right, sorry, folks. I'm a proud papa right now. My little girl is sitting here working with the New Mexico Stars organization, throwing footballs and just doing promotions with the Stars, and that's pretty exciting for me.
She's seen all different types of being a dancer at Rio Rancho High School on the Rhythmettes.
Yes, that's correct.
So now she's on the operations side.
Well, big football fan. We're a big football family, so it was no doubt we follow obviously the Rio Rancho Rams High School. The New Mexico Lobos here is the collegiate team, and hey, it's the New Mexico Stars, indoor professional football team here with the Lone Star Professional Football League. Why wouldn't we come out on a Saturday night and hang out and watch some arena football?
You got Marcus Smith to take the kickoff, and you got number 11 for the Soul. Number 11 for the Soul. And that would.
Are you sure?
No, number 7, Tristan Carter back, because I can tell, because I know he's always the one that lines up in the fullback position.
Are you sure that's not Azari?
And here it is, straight ahead, and Soul takes the ball at the 15. He's to the 20, and he
breaks a couple and gets knocked into the wall.
And a good return there. I apologize again, trying to get these numbers to you, but the Soul. I wish they could have made. Why couldn't they made their numbers orange?
I don't know. That's a good question. Or if you're going to do the orange outline instead of just going with piping, why don't you just make it more orange? Or if you're going to go with the gray, go with gray. Don't go with silver.
I'm not a designer, so I don't know. I guess I don't know what I'm talking about. It's almost as bad as Barca's uniforms were this year.
Which ones? The red and the yellow?
No, sorry, it should have been 2 years ago. The faded blue and darker red.
Oh, yeah, that was ugly.
But here we go. You got Nate Davis under center. And then here we go. One into motion. Nate Davis
hand
takes.
off. Little pitch. He's got a spot, Wes. It's 9-yard pickup right there.
Let's
and
see,
I don't know who the running back is.
The fullback that went into is Tristan Carter, number 7. The only running back listed on their roster.
He could have been a wide receiver though. Came into motion. Well, once again, we're kind of joking about this toughness of reading the jerseys, but here we go. Nate Davis goes underneath center. I tell you what, the Soul. Oh, nice little spinning screen pass, but the Stars were not fooled. I believe the Soul does get a first down with that play.
The Soul was able to get a couple yards on that, but it looked like it should have went for a lot more. Again, arena football, the gaps close very, very quickly in this game. And the defense for the Stars is a quick defense. You got 4 more wide receivers out there on the Stars defense, from Marcus Smith to Roland Bruno out there sometimes. And
Emmanuel McPherson's out there right now, and Serta. What did you say his first name was, Serta? Did you say Nathan or Jay?
John. Nate Davis takes that back.
He's under pressure once again.
He rolls out, and he's got one wide open.
Oh, did he hold on?
He's flipped over, touchdown.
Touchdown.
And he
referee settles touchdown. Oh, a little jawing there. And they're in the handicap section there.
That's right, where we used to camp out for Stars games down there. And they're saying it's a touchdown, and just like that, Rio Grande Valley responds. But the thing is here, the Stars are right back in this game. They got to respond themselves.
Well, it got a little quiet all of a sudden here in the Star Center as fans are like, whoa. Once again, all the scoring basically has come from the defense of the New Mexico Stars. So now it's going to be up to McGlory and company to really try to put some points on the board here. That's a fake. And he gets in there for the 2-point conversion, Wes.
And that makes it 21-14 with 12:29 to go in the second quarter. Leroy, the Stars got to make a movement on offense. They're not having the momentum of getting an interception there to make it so they can get a touchdown. They don't have good field position. Oh, I guess we shouldn't say that yet. It could happen. It seemed like things just deflated when Victor Jacks got ejected from the game for unsportsmanlike conduct.
Well, Wes, it was a kickoff is what happened. They had the kickoff and they had a nice return for the Soul. And as soon as that happened, I think that made things a little bit tough. You can't, look, it's an anomaly in the arena game for the defense to be this good. And it's an anomaly to hold on for the defense to try to hold on to a team. The Stars have been able to do that. But there's going to be, slumps and there's going to be mistakes, and that's exactly what just happened there. You can't just constantly keep asking them to hold on. The offense has to come through right now. This is a point now for Andrew McGlory where he could really solidify himself as not only a starter but also a potential star for the New Mexico Stars. This is a drive that they have to get some points. They have to try to match up with the Soul right now. They have to match up.
You got McGee and Roland Bruno back. McGee a little bit deeper than Bruno. That's the up man. And we'll see what happens. We've seen Squibbs go all the way to half, all the way to the end zone. We'll see if McGee gets a chance to even put his mitts on this ball. And here's the kick by Leo Alvarez, and it is a Squibb. It's up, and it looks like McGee's going to get the opportunity. He gets it up at the goal, and he's up to the 5, to the 10.
Right up the middle.
And he breaks one tackle, and he makes it up to about the 17-yard line on the Stars side of the field. Not a bad little run there by McGee. Brings out McGlory. And McGlory has to put something together here. Lead this team down the field for the touchdown. You have veterans around you. You have Dexter Manley. You have Roland Bruno. You have Landrick Brody. Use them around you to be successful.
Well, earlier he was overthrowing McGee quite a bit, McGlory was. Let's see if he can go ahead and put that together. And I think hopefully he's got everything calmed down. The nerves have relaxed. He's a little calmed down. And hopefully if he's able to do that, they can put together a drive here.
Dexter to the right. McGee to the left. Roland Bruno set to go in motion to the left. McGlory in the shotgun again, and he takes a snap, and he's being pressured. He has to roll out, and
hold on to the ball.
And he just goes right down, and he loses about 2 yards there.
No, I think he picked up some yardage actually. I can't tell who the defender was, but he came across with the tomahawk, and the ball was kind of moving around in McGlory's hand. That was almost disastrous, but McGlory was able to hold on to the ball and secure it, because when he came across with that tomahawk chop from behind, I thought for sure he had a fumble there.
And he did end up losing 1 yard on play to bring up a 2nd and 11. You got McGee to the right, and you got Roland Bruno to the left. One in motion, that looks to be Dexter Manley.
Got to go to Dexter here. Got to go to Dexter.
And that looks like offsides on the defense. So just at that point, just check it up.
Is there a penalty flag down?
They didn't throw the flag.
I don't see any flags down. Nope, no flags down, Wes.
Wow.
It looked like the Soul was offsides, but no call. I'll tell you what.
I thought the ball wasn't even snapped, and one of the Soul players was on top of our offensive line.
Well, I'll tell you what. It seemed like he didn't even get a chance for a half-step drop before the Soul defender had his arm on his shoulder.
Well, we'll see what happens here. McGlory comes back to the huddle.
You know what, Wes? I think you're right. They need to go back to that shotgun formation. I think that's giving McGlory just a little bit of time.
And there's McGlory in the shotgun. Roland Bruno and Dexter Manley to the right. McGee on the left into motion, and here's a snap. McGlory takes it. 3rd and 11. He's got time.
McGee's open. Oh, he
and
overthrew.
It's way overthrown. Oh! And he still catches it.
Woo! He belly flopped to catch that one.
He's going to be hurting tomorrow.
Belly flop with no pull. McGee gives him the high five. He says, "Babe, we need to sign that guy." Oh, he's got a broken foot already. He's got the cast on his foot.
He made it sound even worse than it really was.
Might have cracked the rib to go with that broken foot. Good job by the fan.
Is that ball worth that much?
Well, right. It is when you're a fan.
Here we go.
4th down.
This is 4th and 11. Timeout by the Stars here. 4th and 11. 9:57 to go. Rio Grande Valley Sol lead the game 21-14, and we'll be right back.
But at least you changed it.
Welcome back to the Santa Ana Star Center here in Rio Rancho, New Mexico. And I wanted to see if this is actually ever going to happen. You got to make a field goal while wearing a mascot suit? Come on now. And here he goes. Let's see what happens. And the kick is up, and it is just too low. It's already hard enough to make a field goal in general. And these posts are a lot smaller than your normal field goal post. And you have to wear a cookie mascot suit?
Dude, but that club foot that he had there seemed to help. Those shoes that he had. That helped him get a little bit of leverage. Awesome. Here we go. Back in the play. McGlory's in shotgun, Wes. And it looks like a field goal that's going nowhere. In fact.
He just kicked it. I think they were just trying. That's a punt in Arena League. You just go for the field goal. So they give up the ball here, and it's at the 10-yard line. It'll give the Soul back the ball. This is where the Stars defense has to step up again. I know I sound like a broken record here. And it's not the Elvis record that I was breaking when I was singing.
Do you know what a record is?
I have plenty of records.
You do?
We can what?
You have a record?
Yeah, my parents collect them.
Oh, okay, that's right.
I have a couple. I have, let's see, Styx, Beach Boys.
Oh, my goodness. Coach Briamonte's out on the field, Wes. Obviously, he's imploring the defense, trying to get them fired up. Nate Davis can, I don't want to say put a nail in the coffin, but I'll tell you what, he could definitely put a hurt into the Stars if the Soul can score here.
Nate Davis, quick hit, and right there. Let's see, give him about 13 yards. Quick hits by Nate Davis. Seem like they're just clicking, and that's the way they can get up the field. They don't have to take the time. If Stars do not get the pressure on Nate Davis can pick him apart. He's got the ability.
And I believe that was Danny Young on the reception there and the great run for the first down there.
21-14, Soul lead the Stars, and they're driving down the field. So you got a 1st and 10 at the 22-yard line of the Soul. Nate Davis is under center. You got a fullback to his left. You got doubles to the left, and you got one to the right. And he takes a snap, drops back, and it is touchdown.
Touchdown. Wow. He just dropped it in there like a parachute, baby.
Wow. That looked way too easy.
It was too easy. I mean, there was no defensive pressure for the Stars, and you can't give a guy that much time.
That's the 80, 90 points a game you see the Soul put up every week in and week out. Granted, you've held them to 27 right now, but if they can do it that quickly, that was a matter of seconds. Leo Alvarez is back to take this extra point. Leo Alvarez, here's the snap. The ball is down, the kick is up, and it is good.
Good.
28-14 like that. Well, we're back in that same position. Are they going to do the same thing again? The crowd is, well, quiet.
Well, it's kind of a mellow thing. It's kind of tough. They got to find a way to get fired up here. We'll take a quick break. We'll be right back right after this with the kickoff.
Here we go. Leo Alvarez up to take this kick, and we'll see what the Stars can get with this opening field position. You got McGee back with Roland Bruno at standing at the 10-yard line. Here's the squib. It's down, and it bounces up and over Roland Bruno's head to McGee, halfway into the end zone. McGee up to the goal line, to the 5, to the 10, turns the corner 15, and he's taken down directly there at the 16-yard line. It seems like that burst of speed, and they get hit almost immediately afterwards.
I'll tell you what, Wes, that was great coverage by the Rio Grande Valley Soul right there to go ahead and hold him to the 20-yard line. Or I'm sorry, the 16-yard line. Wes, I mean, here we are again. Once again, McGlory has got to step up and find his wide receivers. The Stars got up by that 1 point, and all of a sudden it's like the offense went to sleep. They need to find a way to wake up. They need a spark. They need something to spark this team because they're in trouble right now. They're down by 2 touchdowns, and they are in trouble.
McGlory's under center. McGee is going to be your motion man. You got split wide receivers, one to each side. McGee to your right. McGee is there, and it passes out there to Dexter Manley.
Dexter
Manley
makes
one move. There's another move, and Dexter's all the way down to the 15-yard line.
You got to get the ball to number 10.
That's your leader of your team, and that's what you got to continue to do. Dexter Manley was not the motion man. That's usually your hot read when you're when the motion man is the first go-to, but Dexter was just there, and he makes things happen off that screenplay.
I mean, if it's me, I throw the ball to Dexter almost all the time.
80% of the time?
At least. I mean, he's big body. He's the biggest wide receiver that the Stars have, and he makes plays just like right there.
McGlory's in shotgun this time. You're going to have, there we go, comes back to this side. McGee's in motion again. Takes the snap. The snap is down.
McGee's open.
He's got time, and he gets it to Manley wide open.
That's
and he
6.
makes a cut move, and he is in for the touchdown.
That's a guy. That's your boy right there.
Don't do the dance.
No. Get fired up. You need a spark, Wes. I disagree. That's a point. You need a spark. You need something to get this team fired up. I know the refs are saying don't jaw, don't do that stuff, but this team needs a spark because the fans were getting a lull. They were falling asleep. Yeah, the team is starting to get a little bit a snooze fest there. You need something to fire it up. Got to get a fired up thing.
And here's the McGlory takes high snap, ball is down, kick is up, and it is no good this time. So 28-20, the sole lead. But hey, how big was that, Leroy?
Oh, that's huge. I mean, we talked about this. This is the point where, you have to go to your bread and butter. You have to get to the guy that's going to make it happen, and that's exactly what they just did.
And with 7:11 to go, 28-20 Stars.
Right, and I'll tell you what, right now, if you look at this game, all of a sudden the Stars are back into business. You're down by a score, basically, and a 2-point conversion. And right now things have been looking good for the Stars offensively. They were able to get something there. And you go to your big man, Wes. You go to your big man. You go to the guy that is your moneymaker, and that is Dexter Manley. Dexter Manley's the guy that you go to. He's a guy that's big, he's tall, he's a wide target, and he makes plays. That's the guy you got to go to, and that's exactly where McGlory looked. He looked for big number 10, and you got to look for number 10, Wes. You have to keep an eye on number 10 because he is your playmaker on this team.
Dexter Manley is the man on the team. You look at what he does. Was that a deep pass like you see in arena football? He made the moves. You use that. You always hear that term in NFL, yak, yards after contact, and that's what he was doing. And he was being very slippery, making the moves to get the ball down the field. One play was a screenplay, the other was a 10-yard pass. And he was able to make things happen in the open field.
You got to also look at his stride. Every time that he takes a step, it seems like he gobbles up 2 to 3 yards. That's huge.
Marcus Smith is there setting the ball on the tee. You got 2 players back for the Soul at their own 5-yard line. We'll see probably the squib kick here again by Marcus. Marcus can send it out of this arena if he really wanted to. We'll see what kind of kick he goes with, and here's the kick, and it's a squib. It bounces at the 17-yard, bounces again off the wall, takes it at the 7. He's up to the 10, to the 15, and there's a hole, and he's gone. Touchdown, Soul.
Oh, that's a penalty.
And there's going to be an unsportsmanlike late hit, pushed into the wall after the touchdown was over. But just like that, they're back up.
You can't shove a guy into the wall like that after he beats you. I know he's I know he's jawing. I know he's talking smack. But that's number 2 on Marcus Allen for unsportsmanlike conduct.
That might be.
You got to be smarter than that. You just got to be smarter than that. I mean, he beat you fair and square. You guys didn't have the coverage down there. Let it go. Now you got to try to regroup and try to find a way to score again. You got to get things going again.
penalty be assessed out of the kickoff. Leo Alvarez is in for the extra point after the quick answer back by the Soul.
Well, I'll tell you what, Wes,
And
as far as kickoffs go, the Stars have to start looking at, and it's good, the Stars really have to start looking at maybe changing up some of their kicking plays of what they're going to do. If you notice, the Soul players are now creeping up. They're not in the end zone. They're up at the 10. They're up at the 15 because they know that the ball's not, or at least they believe that the ball's not going to go into the end zone. Maybe it's time for Marcus Smith to kind of boot one around and see if they can find a way to keep the ball on the ground, allow the defense to get in there. But great blocking by the Soul to get that touchdown. I'm not sure exactly which player it was that got it because I can't read his number. But that was a heck of a play by individual play there.
No matter where you sit in the arena, you couldn't read a number.
That's exactly right. But quick play, and once again, Marcus Allen, you got to be smarter than that, buddy. That's 2 now. You pick up another one, you're really flirting with an opportunity of sitting down for the rest of the game.
And they're not afraid. They've already ejected one of our players today, so they're not afraid to do it.
Well, once again, here he is, New Mexico Stars fans. Can the Stars answer? They're now down by 2 touchdowns once again, and you hate to see that it's a quick hitter like that. You'd at least like to see the Soul have to work for their points, not necessarily just get them like that. This team doesn't need any help scoring. Obviously, their offense can score, and you just don't want to give them those free shots like that.
Leo Alvarez kicks it, bounces once in the end zone, and the Stars will get that at the 5-yard line. It'll be first and down from the 5 for the New Mexico Stars. I'm still liking bringing Dexter Manley into motion, and you're going to have McGlory out of the shotgun. It gives him a little bit more time. What do you think, Leroy?
Well, Manley's your bread and butter. He's a guy that makes things happen. They've shown that they can get the ball to him now. It's going to force the Soul to roll coverage over to Manley, maybe even double team him. And as soon as they do that, that opens up for Bruno and McGee on the backside of that. So, yeah, I think you continue to look at Manley being your number 1 option, and if it's not there right away, then you go ahead and look for McGee, and you look for Roland Bruno on the side, as obviously Bruno already has a touchdown tonight. No problem with him getting the second one, obviously. McGlory
steps up, and because of the penalty, half the distance to the goal line, they're at their own 2.5-yard line to start this drive. McGlory's under center. McGee into motion, coming to the right for trips to the left. The snap, McGlory has it to McGee. McGee gets it, and he is down right there, pushed into the wall, but that is exactly what you need to get out of your end zone.
Well, it's a good play. I mean, they basically sent him in a circle, and he had the wide open shot there.
Yeah, trips to the right there, and now that's a first down Stars. You're out of the confines of your own end zone, and now you got some space. You're at the 13-yard line and a first down, and McGee was able to get that. Landrick Brody, we haven't called that name a lot today. He's been blocking up there before McGee, who's now again back under center. Dexter Manley is on the left, 2 on the right, and we got a flag right there. We'll see. It looks like it could have been offsides on the Stars if McGee was offsides on the motion.
I thought it was Bruno that was in motion that time, though.
We'll see what the call is here. But the Stars
Stars players are clapping, so I'm going to assume it's against the Soul.
Illegal defense again. All right. That's 5 more yards on first down, so you're going to get a 1st and 10 from the 18-yard line, and it's an automatic first down for illegal defenses in LSFL football. What's up?
No, I'm just watching all the stuff that's going on back there.
It's another game going on back there, trying to get everything ready for all the advertisements. McGlory's back in the shotgun. Off to the left, you got Landrick Brody, and in motion is McGee. McGee is set, and he's wide open in the middle field. McGlory gets it, and it's tipped down by number 15, I believe. For that can't be right. That's 5'8". This guy's more like 6'3". It's a crapshoot.
Big linebacker there was able to step up and get his paws in there. Is that 32?
I hear 33, 34, 34, 34. I hear 33. Hey, they're thinking about taking me on auction, Hunters. I'm good.
Maybe 35. 6 foot? No, he's taller than 6 foot.
McGee to your right, Roland Bruno to your left, McGlory under center, Dexter Manley in motion, going to your right side, And here's the snap to McGlory. Quick hit, and it was a horrible pass. And once again, what do we like to say? Another souvenir for the fans.
Nope, it came back out. Came back down on the field of play. Everybody fumbled that play. That was just a bad throw. If we were playing golf, that'd be a worm burner. If we were outside, he would have killed some grub worms. But we're indoors, and it just bounced off about 2 feet short of 2 yards short of the wide receiver.
35-20, 4:22 left to go in the first half. Stars break the huddle. To your right, Dexter Manley. To your left, McGee. Roland Bruno is going to be your motion man. McGlory in shotgun. McGlory is waiting to snap as Roland goes into motion. McGlory steps back. Quick ball to McGee.
Yards.
And that's third, and that'll make it 3rd and 5. No, sorry, excuse me. That was 3rd and 10. Get about 4 or 5 there. Brings up a 4th and 5.
Just, I understand the play. You try to make it a little bit more manageable, but, boy, I think you got to run that route a little bit deeper, try to pick up more yardage and 4 yards there. I mean, I understand you want to get it into more manageable 4th down situation, but,
That's a tough one to swallow there. You want to stretch that play to 10 yards, 7, 8 yards, and make somebody miss. McGlory's under center, motion man Roland Bruno. 2 to the right, 1 to the left, and he's being rushed, and he's down right away. And there you go. And the soul is hyped.
And once again, Wes, I mean, it just seems like the soul's in the backfield very early. I mean, he didn't even get a chance to take a step back, and he already had a player on him.
Are you just saying maybe they're jumping the snaps that good?
It's wild that a player can't even take a step, and the defensive player's in the backfield like that. I mean, either he's just getting an unbelievable read, or they're just there a little bit early. Well, Wes, I'll tell you what, the Stars defense, I mean...
You have to step up here.
You need a turnover here. I mean, even a field goal really puts you in a dangerous situation. You need a turnover here. The Stars have been able to pick up a few turnovers. Let's see if they can get one here.
Nate Davis under center, and a quick handoff.
It's a handoff.
And again,
goes nowhere.
nothing. No, maybe a half-yard loss. That's the 3rd or 4th time we've seen it for nothing.
Yeah, those plays aren't going to work. I know you're trying to keep the defense honest, but the defensive line's been able to really keep things clogged up in the middle. The key is now they've got to find a way. And here's the funny thing. When they just drop back, they seem to have plenty of time. It's when they try to keep them honest with these run plays that things fall apart. I say just drop back and play.
I believe it's 2nd down. Yep, there
yes.
He's flipped the board.
2nd and 11.
2nd and 11. And you got Nate Davis. Nate Davis under center. 2 to your left, 1 to your right. 1 in motion. Here he goes with the snap. Quick hit, and he is not much there.
Nice play.
Close that screen pass instantly.
Manuel McPherson steps up and just makes a great play there. Textbook tackle. Doesn't try to do anything cute. Doesn't try to drive him into the ground. Just sits there and stands him up and runs him right into the sideline there. Runs him right into the wall to stop the play immediately. That's a great play, a great defensive play. You gave up a lot of cushion there. By the time the ball made there, you closed out. McPherson was able to shut it down.
Soul break the huddle. Nate Davis goes under center. You got 2 to your big side on your right side. 1 comes in motion to make it trips to your right. And here's the snap. Quick drop back. He's under a little bit of pressure. Floats it to the tight end for the touchdown. And he just throws the ball up in the stands, and there's your flag.
We got another flag. There's 2 flags out there now. And a 3rd one just for the heck of it.
Hey, where's my flag? Can I throw it on the field too?
Marcus Smith's jawing about something back there. Once again, the tight end was able to, after they moved the trips over, they were able to slip the tight end out for the score. He was wide open, untouched, but he came by and kind of showed the ball to everybody, showed the ball to the Stars defenders as he's walking by for the score. I'm not sure exactly what the call is. That was the first of penalties. Then he threw it into the end zone. That was the 2nd penalty. And then there was a 3rd penalty here for good measure.
Offsetting penalties, is that... I love when these take this long, and it's just offsetting penalties. And here's the call. 2 penalties. That means it's going to be 2 15-yard penalties no matter where you're at the field. So they're going to have good field position.
Well, isn't it assessed on the kickoff?
No, it's assessed after the kickoff.
Oh.
Do you remember when and the kick is up and it is good?
Good.
41-20.
42-20.
And the game in the first quarter was 14-13. This shows you how quickly this Rio Grande Sol team can put up points.
And look at the way they've done it, too. I mean, they've just done it by quick shots, hitting their wide receivers, their big wide receivers, and just really flooding the field of play. This last one, they flooded the left side and just let the tight end trickle out after throwing a quick block. Great misdirection play there, and next thing you know is just like trouble. And the Stars right now, the defense, you cannot continue to ask the defense to step up. Obviously, it's not happening at this point because the Sol's able to do basically whatever they want. Offensively, the Stars right now, they're not able to do anything. Is that fair to say?
Yeah, no, it's very fair. It seems like the only time the Stars were able to get points is when the defense gave them momentum.
Well, right now there's no momentum for the Stars sideline. It's up to McGlory. He's got to find a way to get the ball to Dexter Manley. I know that they used him kind of as a decoy that last series, but right now I think the game's on the line. From this turning into a very ugly game, I really think it's important for the McGlory to find a way to get the ball to Dexter Manley often.
Roland Bruno he's down right there at the 10-yard line.
Stopped the ball on the bounce, was trying to make a play there, and just went backwards a little bit, but then more importantly was just able to twist and turn and really didn't have anything.
If I'm right,
return last week.
Let's see if I'm right. There should be 2 15-yard penalties. We'll see how this works out for the Stars here. See if they get some good field position. They had the unsportsmanlike call, and then they had the personal foul. We'll see how they mark.
Do they give them both, or do they just give them one?
They said because they're both dead ball fouls, I would imagine they'd give them both. Marking it down first down there, and they should be picking up the ball and adjusting the ball for the 2 penalties.
Well, the umpire just picked up the ball, so let's see what they do.
They're starting at the 11, and here we go. And there's one. And there's 2. And look, you're all the way down to the 17-yard line. Just like that. Those yellow flags are actually our friend that time.
Well, that's a heck of a call, but now the Stars have to do something with this field position.
Well, you got 1:30 left, and you got to remember that the Soul start with the ball to start the second half as well.
Right, you're absolutely right. You got the 1-minute warning, another chance to stop the clock. But even more importantly than that, you just want to score here.
McGlory is in shotgun. Roland Bruno to one side. McGee's into motion to your left. Dexter Manley's on the left side as well. McGlory takes a snap. Quick hit to McGee, and should have been intercepted there. Tried to go a little McGlory tried to go a little Nate Davis and floated up in there. Didn't work out so well.
I'll tell you what, Ray Little was sitting there waiting for the ball. He made it a little bit more difficult than he had to right there. He could have just caught it and had the interception. Instead, he tried to make the Sports Illustrated cover catch there and drop the ball.
And on that is your 1-minute warning. With 1 minute to go in the first half, it's the Rio Grande Valley 42 and your New Mexico Stars 20. We'll be right back after a few minutes. Welcome back to the Santa Ana Star Center in Rio Rancho, New Mexico. 42-20, Rio Grande Valley leads, but the Stars have amazing field position with 1 minute to go in the first half. McGlory is in shotgun. Roland Bruno is in motion. McGee is under pressure, and he just throws it away. They're looking for intentional grounding there.
Right, he was throwing the ball. He got hit just as he was throwing it. There's no intentional grounding there.
There should be intentional grounding, but you got Rio Grande Valley's coaching staff jumping up and down for the intentional grounding call. And Leroy, this has to be a must score, doesn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you can't have this field position and you're in shotgun. I don't know. You can't go for the home run here. You got plenty of time, 55 seconds. Just pick up 8 to 10 yards and see what you can do. At this point, trying to make double moves and get into the end zone, we don't need that. Just get a first down.
Two to the left, McGee and Bruno. Dexter Manley in motion.
There he is.
Glory out of shotgun.
Throw it.
And he just throws it up and Souvenir.
He had Manley wide open.
He didn't see it.
No, he didn't see him.
That pump fake actually messed up the soul.
He faked himself out.
And he faked out the soul. The soul players stopped.
No, he faked out the Stars players. Everyone stopped.
Well, it was just funny. There were two soul players in the backfield, and he pump faked, and they just stopped standing right next to McGlory.
Fourth down, Wes. I mean,
this is not where we wanted to see this. 4th and 10, and you got nothing done after the great field position was given to you. And you don't want to give this team 48 seconds because they can score.
Right. Well, yeah. I mean, it's unbelievable.
McGlory is back.
This couldn't have gone any worse for the Stars, honestly.
McGlory is in shotgun again. McGee is in motion. You got Dexter one side, Bruno the other, and here's a snap. And there's
McGee's wide open.
And he tucks and run. Is he going to get there?
Nope.
He is just
he didn't
short.
Stretch out. You got to dive for those sticks.
We'll see what the call is on the field. If not, if it's against the soul, it's a illegal defense again, and the soul's pointing.
Everyone's pointing at everybody.
And then the Stars are clapping. We'll see what the call is here. Musical chairs out there. It's your fault. It's your fault. It's your fault.
Everyone's clapping at somebody else.
Soul is pointing to the Stars. Stars go back to the huddle. Illegal defense. Third time we've seen that this game.
Well, that's a heck of a break for the Stars, to tell you the truth.
That gives them an automatic first down.
No. Oh, it does.
Automatic first down. Illegal defenses give you automatic first down.
Well, then that's really huge for the Stars because there was no way McGlory had made that first down. I mean, he didn't stretch out and would have been about 1.5 yards short, to be honest with you, Wes. So what a break for the New Mexico Stars to be able to obviously keep the ball and to now have a first down. They could actually, I don't know if you want to run out the half. Well, yeah, you could run out the half.
You got 37 seconds to go, but you got first down now. It's a little bit different. McGlory will step under center and Landry Brody to one side. Dexter Manley will be your motion. It looks like trips to the right with Dexter Manley running in motion. McGlory steps back. Quick throw, overthrew Roland Bruno there.
He had some mustard on that one. I mean, he had some mustard on that one. I don't think you need to throw it that hard at that point.
Was he in Brett Favre's Wrangler jeans there throwing that football?
I'll tell you what, that thing came with a little bit of heat on him. McGlory showed the arm strength on that one. I mean, he blasted that one out. That came out like a cannon.
He needed, and he didn't need to get it that fast.
No.
Roland Bruno got up to try to catch that ball and still was not able to get it.
Well, you've got timeouts. I mean, just try to get a little bit closer. Try to settle down.
Here we go. McGlory in shotgun. Dexter in motion.
Manley's one-on-one. Throw it to Manley.
And he's being flushed. He tosses it up. McGee.
Oh.
And there should be a push there. And there's no penalty called. It looked like there should have been pass interference.
There's a penalty. The penalty came.
It was way late, but I don't know how you missed that one automatically. That was pass interference, to say the least. He got pushed into the boards. And he's not.
I think they're going to get him on unsportsmanlike conduct, though. I mean, you can't. I mean, the ball was uncatchable, or the ball was out of bounds. You can't just shove the guy into the wall like that. I think that's what they're going to get him on. I think they can get him on shoving them into the wall, not the pass interference.
That came from on the other side of the field, too.
Right,
not even the back judge calling that penalty. There should have been something there, because that's what they called on the other side. It's about being consistent on both sides of the football.
Well, like I said, once again, this has nothing to do with the pass interference, or at least I don't believe it is.
Well, no, I'm just saying consistency when the Stars player pushed the Soul player over on the other side.
Oh, heartbreak. Well, let's do it all over again. 17 seconds left on the clock, Wes. Stars got to find a way into the end zone. They do have timeouts, so they can do that, but
that had to hurt.
You got to score here. You got to find a way to get into the end zone somehow.
McGlory's in shotgun. It looks like Roland Bruno's going to be going into motion. McGee on one side, Dexter Manley on the other. He steps back. So he got time, and the helmet got ripped off. Right there to
timeout.
Dexter Manley.
Call a timeout.
And
10 seconds left.
10.4 seconds left, and we got timeout by the New Mexico Stars. It's going to bring up a third down, but at this point it's almost moot. That almost looked like a whiplash type tackle there if you saw the way Dexter Manley's body went.
Oh, well, he hit him. He was, he sacrificed the body to make that catch. That's a tough position to be in.
And you got McGlory's over there talking to the coaching staff, saying, what would you like to see the Stars do? Just go to your main man, Dext?
Jeremiah Fennell's helmet came off. I don't know what the Soul were screaming about. I don't know if they're saying that he had to come off the field for one play or not. I know that's the rule in college now. I don't know if that's a rule here in the LSFL. But to be honest with you, there's a timeout anyway, so it doesn't even matter.
You take the timeout and you don't have to worry about it.
Right,
10.4 to go.
You can come back on now.
You look at all those Giants down there, and McGee's so fast down there, but he's tiny down there, looking even next to even a smaller guy like Roland Bruno. But, I really enjoy watching him and the way he can make people miss and move because he's fast with the ball.
It's 10 seconds. Isolate Dexter Manley one-on-one. Throw the ball up. Let the big fella go get it. That's a play right there.
Do you put Dex into motion?
No, you don't have to. Just you put everything going to the other side, load up the left. If he's double-teamed, then obviously you're going to go to the guy in motion. But if he's not double-teamed, you throw the ball to him. But what do I know? They're going to put Dexter Manley in motion.
Dexter Manley's in motion to the right side, and here he goes. McGlory's out of center, and here's the pass to McGee, overthrown.
Took too long. I'm telling you, just put Manley back there. Put him one-on-one. Look, I'll tell you what. Who's that big? Look at that big linebacker that the Soul have back there. I'm going to try to.
Number 14?
No. It's like 32 or something like that.
No.
No, that's 22. Desmond Cathy, 6'6", 222 pounds. Look at that guy. He's a beast.
You look at their defensive line too. You're looking
right.
at
Okay. Now look at the DBs here. Look at Little Jackson here on this side. Put Dexter Manley here against Little Jackson. You got a size advantage over him. Why would you give up your size advantage and put him down there with Cathy? Here we are again.
He's got the size advantage here. But you got trips to your right. McGlory's in shotgun, takes a snap, and he's rushed here. He's not got much time, and he just floats it into the stands.
1 second left. 1.8 seconds left.
That's not what you want to see. I don't even want to give this team the ball.
Oh, that was fourth down. Forget it.
Yeah. So here we go. The Soul have the ball again with 1.8 seconds to go.
Oh, you got to take the shot.
They're going to take the shot, and the way they've been taking these shots, they've been able to score. So 42-20, 1.8 to go. The Soul have the ball at the 7-yard line. McGlory looks flustered. Our offensive line is not holding and giving McGlory even enough time out of the shotgun.
Well, Wes, I mean, you have that. The routes are I'm a little bit disappointed to see that not 1 point did you go to Dexter Manley in that whole series. The series before, he was able to basically do whatever he wanted with the Soul defenders. At this point, that's your guy. You got to go to him.
Nate Davis is under center. Look for a deep shot here. You got trips to your right. Nate Davis takes
it.
They just hand it off. And that'll do it for the half. And with no time left on the clock, that's halftime here at the San Diego Stars Center. Rio Grande Valley 42. And your New Mexico Stars 20. We'll be back after probably about a 15-minute break here with more LSFL football here from Rio Rancho, New Mexico. Welcome back, Stars fans, to hopefully an exciting second half of this football game. It's got to be a complete role reversal with the Stars, which they're down 42-20. Leroy, how do they start?
Well, I'll tell you what, Wes. So Coach Briamonte better have talked some fire into these guys. You have to settle down your quarterback, who's been very shaky at best, and somehow try to recapture that spark from your defense that hasn't been there. Obviously, you kick the ball off. At this point, you're down by 22 points. Things haven't been looking good. You almost have to wonder, are you going to go ahead and go for the onside right away? Take that chance. It could get very ugly, but, at this point, they're scoring at will. Your defense has been shredded in the past. Your offense isn't doing so well. You got to do something to recapture that momentum that you had in the first quarter. Since they got the lead, they've done absolutely nothing since then.
And here's the kickoff, and it's fielded at the 5, to the 10, he's to the 15. He's got a wall in front of him, and he's to the 20, 25. Down at the, it looks about the 21-yard line of the New Mexico Stars. Nice run back. He had a wall in front of him, Leroy.
Well, I'll tell you what, Wes, once again, I don't like the, you look at the demeanor of the New Mexico Stars player right now, they're still a little bit shell-shocked. They really have to come out with some sort of fire. This is where your leaders take over, whether it's Roosevelt Falls, whether it's Marcus Smith, or Emmanuel McPherson, who's had some plays. Serd has also made some plays today. Someone's got to step up and decide that they're not just going to take this. And I think the talent's there. It's just mentally you have to if you're taking their shot, now you've got to deliver some of your own.
Nate Davis under center. You get a quick handoff, and that's the most positive we've seen. And and they blew the whistle.
That's okay. They stopped him, but you know what? Once again, they stopped him. They stopped the running back. That play hasn't been able to fool them. But now comes the business. Davis is going to drop back. He's going to try to score here, and now the Stars have to find a way to put some pressure on him.
No gain on the play brings up a 2nd and 10 at the Stars 21-yard line. In the huddle, Nate Davis breaks the huddle, and here we go. We got one to the right, one to the left, one in motion on your left side. Nate Davis under center. Nate Davis calls the player into motion. Nate Davis takes the snap and drops back. He's looking for the ball, and he fumbles the ball. He drops the ball, and he goes down. That ball seems a little slippery today.
It just slipped right out of his hands. A.J. Porty just picked up the easiest sack he's ever going to get.
Just touched him. Isn't that how some guy that played for the Giants, Strahan, picked up his last sack to break the record as well?
I think you might be right, but I think this one was a little bit more work had to be done there, as that was actually in the field of play. But A.J. Porty picks up the sack. Once again, the ball just slips out of Nate Davis's hand.
You got one on each side, and you got one going into motion on your left side. Again, Nate Davis under center, calls the player into motion, and he takes the snap, drops back, quick 3-step drop, pumps, deep, he's open, touchdown. Look at that.
Once again, no defensive pressure there. You cannot give a quarterback like Nate Davis the ability to just throw like that. If he can stand there unmolested the whole time, I don't care what defensive back you put back there. I don't care what level it is. But if the quarterback is not pressured at all, wide receiver is always going to win that battle.
You know, that play-by-play call right there, I felt like I was calling an extra point. He was like, Nate Davis drops back, steps, tosses, touchdown.
Yeah,
it was as easy as that. Like, because on these extra points, ball's down, kicks up, it's good. That's how easy that was for them.
Well, it's just, Wes, it's just one of those brutal things. Like I said, this game has to move fast. I mean, you have to make the things happen quickly. And if the defense isn't able to get pressure and they're not able to force Davis into any kind of pressure passes or any pressure situation, he's going to pick them apart. He can put up some huge numbers. Wes, why don't we go ahead and take a break with the scorer here in the third quarter, 12:49 left. The Rio Grande Valley Soul 49, your New Mexico Stars 20.
Welcome back here to the Santa Ana Star Center with the score 49-20. Leroy, that was too easy.
Yeah, well, like I said, I didn't like the demeanor that the Stars came out with. They've got to pick it up there. Up, look, and now we got an onside kick, and the Soul pick it up. Holy smokes.
When it rains, it pours, and we're in a desert, and it's pouring right now.
I mean, that ball just hit Jeremiah Fennell. He's 6'1", 310 pounds. I don't think he was expecting that. He took a crazy hop on that squib kick, hit him right in the knee, and bounced right into a Soul player's possession. I mean, that's just a brutal play.
And there's your media timeout there with 12:42. It's the Souls ball again on a, I hate to say bad kick, but it was a good kick and just took a bad bounce. We'll be right back. You look around, Leroy, and I'm not seeing much get up in the Stars step at all.
No, and I'll tell you what, the crowd's starting to get that little bit of a lull too. Something's got to happen here. They have to do something. 90 points is within reach all of a sudden.
You wouldn't have thought that partway through the first quarter.
There's Roosevelt Falls trying to make a play. He almost got it. There you go.
He throws the ball away. That's exactly what you wanted to see happen. That's the defense that's been missing for 2 quarters.
Now they got to try to string 2 plays together on that one. What's kind of interesting is there was no Soul player anywhere in that vicinity where he threw the ball.
He was knocked down right in front of the boards. He was on the ground, I believe.
Really? Because I didn't see anybody there. But that's okay. Either way, Roosevelt Falls was able to in there and disrupt things and force Nate Davis to make a pass that he didn't want to, like I said. Now they've got to string 2 of those plays together.
2 to the left, 1 to the right, comes in motion and being trips to the left. Nate Davis under center, and he takes the snap. He's forced to roll it again, and he again throws it away.
There we go. Lucky not to get a penalty there.
Are the Stars going to have enough footballs? Because it feels like there's been more footballs than normal going in the stands.
I have a feeling they have plenty of them set up in the back there. If they need them, they'll fill them up and get them going.
Looking around this arena, people are talking to each other. They're not really focusing on the game. I think it's just the Soul has taken the soul out of everybody in this place.
Well, I'll tell you what, Big JT Cleveland came up with a good play there, once again putting pressure on Nate Davis. Now we've strung 2 together. Now let's see if we can get a third one. All of a sudden they've got Davis backtracking and moving. He's not able to pick them apart.
And there you go.
Well, you can't stop them every time, but the thing is they're still getting in there. That's the thing. I mean, we have to remember, Wes, like we've been talking about this. You have to remember, in the arena game, defense isn't usually a big deal. So when the Soul are able to get some defense going, they're able to take advantage. Now the whole idea is to try to find a way to force a turnover, get something going in that way. They're starting to get in there, though, and they're starting to make Davis think a little bit. Now it's time to obviously try to get something a little bit deeper than that.
1st and 10, the ball's on the 23-yard line of the New Mexico Stars. The Soul are driving again with their first down. Trips to the left, or to the right, and a quick handoff, and again, it's not working. So now this is where we've seen things happen.
But you're starting to see.
You look at this one running play.
Oh.
Every time after running play, what happens?
And there's
we see the Soul.
Adrian Cole's grabbing his hamstring and coming up to the sideline.
The Soul make something happen here with a deep pass every time after a running play. Let's see if they continue to that bread and butter.
Landrick Brody comes in to take the place of Adrian Cole, who, like I said, went off clutching his hamstring. Hopefully everything's okay there, just a cramp.
And a quick
shot
play.
and nice block. Slip move, and he picks up some yardage.
He's down to the 11-yard line, 16-yard line, and that'll bring up a third down. You know, that's a screenplay, and it picked up positive yardage. It brings up a third, and it looks like about 3.5 yards to go for the first down. And the Soul are just picking apart this defense for the New Mexico Stars. What is got to be done by the Stars to be able to prevent all this?
Well, you know, right there, like I said, once again, that play right there was just a way to try to combat the defensive line to getting in there, Wes. That was just a quick hitter to try to take the pressure off. Now they've just got to go put their chin back and go for, once again, another quick hit. Nice block, but it's not enough.
Looks like he's just going to be just short of the first down. He gets about 2.5 yards. He needed 3 yards to get the first down, so it brings up a 4th and 1. Do they go back to the running game here?
No, that play hasn't worked all day.
What do you?
At least if I'm the coach, I don't do that. If I do that, you've been able to get a couple of quick hitters for a yard or a yard and a half. That's all you need here. Just go another quick hitter.
And here we go. You got Nate Davis coming up to the line. Here. 4th down, 4th and 1 from the 14-yard line, and Nate Davis takes the ball, and he keeps it quick hit, first down.
Spin around. There you go.
And that's where you kind of look at it. There wasn't a player up there pressing him. When you only need 1 yard, if you're not going to press, that's an easy first down.
Well, it's a nice play because you send everything. You send the misdirection to the other side. You flood the other side of the field. You think that's exactly where they're going. Then Davis comes up. He looks like he's going to go to the left side and then does a quick spin, pirouette, if you will, and just comes up firing.
Can you use that word again in a sentence?
Well, that's what it was. It was a pirouette. You like that, huh?
It was okay.
It's a dance thing. Sorry, dance that. Now you go for the touchdown, and there it is.
Did you say dance, Dad?
Dance that. Well, my daughter used to dance for the Rio Rancho Rhythmettes. So.
Speaking of dancing, the Soul is dancing all over that end zone right now. And Nate Davis just had all the time in the world, stepped right back through it, scored that touchdown. With 7:45 to go, the Soul 55, the Stars 20.
The extra point coming up, and I'll tell you, Wes, he's starting to just kind of feel it slipping away here.
I mean, it's been a while away since it was 28-14.
Yeah, well, you know, but it's the whole thing is slipping away. The Stars really need to find something, anything, some sort of a spark. There's nothing there. There's no spark right now, and that's a scary situation. Marcus Smith pulling himself out of the game here.
He had an injured finger before the game. We'll see what happened and see if he comes back. And he's just sitting on the side right now. See if he comes back in. The extra point is up. Kick is up and down. Good. With 7:35 to go, it's 56-20.
And the fans are excited there in the end zone. They get a ball. They get to fight for the ball. So that's a good thing. Why don't we take a couple-minute break here? We'll be back with the Soul kickoff. And on the sidelines there, Wes, you saw Coach Briamonte kind of hugging his players, getting them fired up. He knew, we talked about this before the game started, the Rio Grande Valley Soul, they're for real. They're the real deal. They can put up some points. They got a great quarterback. They got a great, excellent wide receiver core, and I think they're doing it right now as they're imposing their will on the New Mexico Stars. They have to find a way now just to get this game back to where it's respectable. They can do it. They have the power. They have the ability. They just need to find a way to do it. They have to find a spark here. And so far they haven't found one, Wes. And right now everyone's just kind of like waiting for something to happen. One of the leaders of this team has to make it happen.
And you look at what just happened there. Everything's going right for the Soul. That was the perfect kind of kickoff if you're not going to get the ball back. First and 10 from the Stars' 5-yard line. You bounce that right in front of the player, it goes in the stands. That's where you want to put the ball for if you're the opposing team. So they're on the 5-yard line. McGlory's it's time. McGlory's not a rookie anymore. He needs to step up and make some things happen, not off of momentum interceptions, but put together a drive, get your confidence back, and get this into respectability.
Well, or right now, Wes, you don't worry about winning the game at this point. You're just worrying about trying to string a couple of plays together.
McGee into motion. McGlory steps back, and he's got time. Now he's pressured, and he goes down. There was a little bit of time there, more than we've seen, but he still was held the ball, and he goes down there at it looks like about the 2, maybe 3 yard line, and they keep going back about the 2 yard line. McGlory had time there just to get rid of the ball, don't you think, Leroy?
Well, he was trying to make a decision. He was trying to go through some reads there. You can't do that. I mean, it's one of those things. It's quick hit. If you look on the other side with Nate Davis, everything's quick hit. They know exactly where they're going. There's not enough time to sit there and make a read, and that's what the Stars have to do. McGlory can't sit there and hold on to the ball. You make your decision and then make it happen.
Dexter's in motion. He's out. The ball goes to Dexter.
And that's a perfect example right there.
And Dexter gets up, and it brings up a 3rd and 1.
Right.
That's Dexter Manley.
Right, but that's a perfect example. That's McGlory hitting Manley exactly. He knew exactly where he's going to be, and he put the ball exactly where it needed to be placed. And now you put yourself 3rd down and half a yard to go? I mean,
that's a much better position than where you were. And you look at where they were coming out of the back of their end zone, pretty much. So you got Cleveland on one side, Roland Bruner not playing this half, and you got in motion McGee. McGlory takes the snap, and it's a quick handoff, and they don't get it.
Yeah, that was sniffed out.
It's the first handoff we've seen the Stars, and that was to Landry Brody, and not much there for him, and he loses 3 yards.
3 yards. It's so tough to run in this game. This game is just not conducive for running backs. You obviously do it because you want to keep them honest, keep teams honest. But really, if you're going to run a play, I think you run something with your quarterback in a draw situation. It's just too difficult to try to hand off to a fullback and allow him to try to pick up some yardage. We've seen the Soul have problems doing it, and now we see the Stars having a problem with that play as well, especially when it's 3rd and inches like that, because everyone knows you need just that inch.
McGlory breaks the huddle, and you're looking at 4th and 3, and he steps back, quick ball. Let's see, is Manley going to be able to get it there?
Yes,
and he
does.
He
breaks a tackle, breaks the second one, and now he carries the whole Soul defense.
He's
now, there you go.
18-yard line. Manley gets the first down out of 2 plays. You only went to him 50% of the time. You must go to him more. There's a reason he's your leader. There's a reason he leads you in wide receiving yards. There's a reason he breaks those tackles. He is your man, no pun intended, out there on the field. Mr. Manley, you deserve the ball every play.
Well, it's first down now, and now you have a little something open up.
McGee is in motion, and you got 2 on the left, McGee on the right. McGee here McGlory takes snap.
And he just got whacked.
Wow. He said, I want you to say hello to my little friend I call the turf.
Man.
Is that going to leave a mark?
Yeah, I think it leaves a couple of marks. There's little bit of rug burn there. He kind of went flying a couple of yards sideways. I don't think that's exactly the way that play was drawn up. He stepped up, but, once again, you can't – it's got to be quick hitters. This team's they're too fast. They know they're pinning their ears back now because they know – you don't need a home run right now. You just need a couple of doubles, maybe a triple,
And I like this again. McGlory's in shotgun. You got McGee in motion again. Trips to the right. And here's the snap. Takes a snap. And he's rushed again. And I was watching the offense line. He's going to be sacked again here.
Oh, that might be a penalty situation
that time,
there.
And there's no flag in there. Looks like he was body slammed.
Yeah, they picked him up by the hips or by the thighs and planted him after the whistle had clearly blown. It's 3rd and forever?
A 3rd and a country mile?
3rd and Santa Fe, I think.
Glorietta.
Yeah, I mean that's brutal. I mean it's they're in shotgun position and they still can't. They're still trying to run.
I watched the offensive line that time and they had their linebacker coming up the middle untouched.
Well, McGee's. I see what they're trying to do. They're trying to run McGee here on a post or an out pattern. Whatever it is off the motion, but it's taking too long to develop. They're trying to get a 20-yard clip there. Just try to get 10, 15. Now you got to just try to get like a 12-yard clip. There he is. He's wide open. Oh, Manley, what a play!
How does he? I know he gets about 14 yards that time, but he had to reach to a new height there.
Who was it? Wiggins in the NBA
47-inch vertical.
I mean, how high up did Manley? Look at this replay. How high up did Manley have to go for that? Look at that jump.
Call air traffic control.
Whoa.
Dexter Manley coming in for landing.
I mean, he literally went up his whole body size to go up and get that one. His feet were where his chest were just a second ago to grab that one. You got a manageable 4th down now, 4th and 12.
4th and 12 manageable right now?
Well, it's manageable right now, but when you were looking at what you had before, which was like 4th and 30 or 3rd and 30. So
trips to the right, Manley into shotgun, Leonard Brody one side, and that's offsides on the Stars.
Yeah. Someone took
Cleveland
off
took off way too early there, and that's going to push you back to 3rd and 17.
Oh.
You're going to shoot yourself in the foot there, or sorry, 4th and 17. Oh, they called timeout. They don't get the offsides. With that timeout, we'll take a timeout. 1:53 left in the third quarter. 56-20, Rio Grande Sol. You know, the Stars might not be putting the points up on the scoreboard, but I'm seeing a proud pop over here smile on his face off watching his daughter work these little events going on in the field.
Well, you know, and I'll tell you what, the fans are sticking with the Stars right now, and that's good. You know, a game like this, it's good to see that the fans are sitting there. They're waiting for something to get it pumped up about. Nothing would pump them up better than a first down here as McGee goes into motion, and he's open. If he hits him, he doesn't pull the trigger. Cleveland's going to get whacked. Oh, he dropped. Did he catch it?
They're saying a catch.
First down.
Cleveland coming over the middle. I was ready for him to get laid out.
Oh, it looked like he was going to get
laid out.
I'll tell you what, McGlory had McGee open right up the middle of the field. He didn't pull the trigger on that. He allowed, but he was able to have just enough time for Cleveland to come across and hit him for the first down, and that's huge for the Stars. All of a sudden they're in business now. You can get a touchdown here, and at least you can start thinking of, let's get this game close. And with a full quarter left, you never know.
It's arena football.
Right, that's the thing. I mean, you just got to get it. You're not going to win the game at this point. Okay, you can't think like that, but you can think, let's get the game close.
One possession at a time. McGlory's under center, steps back,
Manley's
quick hit to McGee, and there you go. That's what he's got to do.
First down, yep.
It gets him, even if I got the first down, but even if he didn't get the first down there, quick hit, boom, you see it open, you take care of it. You get that pass straight to him.
I'll tell you what, Dexter Manley was wide open in the end zone. He had made a move and shaken his defender, and he was wide open. McGlory didn't see him, but that's fine. You get the first down, and now it's 1st and goal, and all of a sudden the Stars are in business. You need to score a touchdown here. Get some points. Just feel good about yourself. Feel good about your team, your teammates. Feel good about what's going on. Just kind of get back into the game.
McGlory in shotgun. McGlory takes the snap, and straight up the middle, he get there and just throws the ball away. That's the play you got to do.
Solid play. Just get rid of the ball. Once again, the defender just comes in untouched.
The linebacker comes up the middle. I wish we could give you the names, Leroy, but I thought you could read these numbers. I thought you had this down.
No, sorry, my Superman X-ray goggles, or Batman X-ray goggles, I should say, are not here today.
All right. Well, we might need to talk to Superman later on and make sure we get those for next time. Batman, X-Man, whatever we got to do.
And that's it for the third quarter.
Hey, it was nice to hear that. That was like the hockey horn. But that's from back in the day. The New Mexico Scorpions used to call this place home. But with that, Stars are driving, trying to get in the end zone here. It's going to be 56-20, Rio Grande Sol over your New Mexico Stars. We'll be right back. Welcome back to the Santa Ana Star Center. You're looking at 2nd and goal for the New Mexico Stars as they're driving here to start the 4th quarter. Just get some momentum back on your side. McGlory is in shotgun. McGee will be your motion man. Dexter to the right. Cleveland to the left. McGee comes over to the left in the motion, takes a snap. McGlory steps back and he's being pressured again. Steps up once, steps up twice, and he runs with the ball and he's down to the 4-yard line.
It's a good play.
That's what he needed to do there. And now this is where it gets shaky. I've seen the Stars in other previous games struggle with this under 5 yards to go.
Well, I'll tell you what, he just made a right decision in that he didn't try to do too much. He didn't try to force anything. It just, let's see what we can get and see if we can get somehow, maybe break a tackle and get into the end zone. If not, at least get, some yardage and something positive. Once again, you just got to keep trying to string a couple of positive plays together.
McGlory again is in the shotgun. Look at who you got, number 4.
Roosevelt Falls, huh?
Out there on offense. Landry Brody out to one side. Landry Brody, big old hit.
Touchdown.
Touchdown, Stars. Roosevelt Falls. But what you don't see in this replay is the hit Landry Brody put on for the block. Look at this in the replay. Oh, just takes him right out. That was the spring block, and he's still on the ground for the soul, and he just takes off his helmet. Clean block. Here it is again, and it just hits him.
And it looks like he took out 2 players in that block. That's a heck of a play right there by Landry Brody. Also, big Levi Horn, who just spent some time with the Los Angeles Kiss team of the AFL. He spent a little bit of time there with them. He was there also leading the charge for Roosevelt Falls as he came across. He didn't have to use the block of Levi Horn as he just cut back in and easily walked into the end zone.
Well, he looks like he's actually, all the players are taking a knee here. Oh, there we go. He got it.
Just getting some break, but I'll tell you what, Landry Brody basically cleaned out 2 players there and just put them on their tail, if for lack of a better term. But he's up. He's okay.
Landry Brody tried to come over to him and say something, and he wanted the soul wanted no part of it. Just walked away from him.
He knew that he was planted.
Well,
what can you say?
Me and you know, Landry is never and will never be a dirty player. We've known him for too many years.
No, he's not. But I'll tell you what, no player likes to know that they were just pancake blocked, if you will. And like I said, Landry didn't just take him out. He took out a couple of players with him. So the Stars go for 2 points here, down by 30. Not a bad move.
Right now, you just get points on the board.
Just positive. You just want, right now, you're just trying to string together positive after positive. Once again, to Falls, this time they were ready for him.
And that I still like that play, though. It was a stretch-out play run to Landry, with Landry being a key block there to Roosevelt Falls, who we haven't seen out there on offense that much.
Well, if you remember, he started the game off with the fumble, so.
And let's see, and we're looking at 13:54 to go in the 4th quarter. After the Stars touchdown, they cut it to only a 30-point lead by the Rio Grande Valley Soul, and we'll be right back after these messages.
Pretty good.
And welcome back here to the Santa Ana Stars Center. And we're just having a good laugh here on the break, and the Stars are getting ready to kick. Marcus Smith about to tee up the ball. She's got some wheels.
Yeah, I was kind of shocked. I haven't seen her move that fast. she was motoring that one.
Not giving her the thumbs up right now.
Let's see what happens here if the Stars go in and go for the onside kick and try something here. If they go and just try to squib it.
Off the face mask. Nope, he moves.
And it's the onsider. Oh, and there was a collision. Whoa!
And the Soul recovered the ball. It was worth the offense.
That was worth it. I thought that was a heck of a collision. Who was that? Is that 90? He won't move his hands. Everyone's
60.
got to check 7. No, I think.
Or 30. Sorry.
30. That's Marcus Allen, who's been the
veteran on this team. He was here last year.
Yeah, he was, and I'll tell you what, that was a heck of a collision to try to get that ball. I mean, it's too bad that the effort they weren't able to get the onside kick, because That was a heck of a collision. I don't know who the Soul player is because you can't read their numbers, but his helmet popped off, and now everyone's got to adjust and check something. Well, defense is here. You got to try to get a turnover, try to get a stop if
Nate
you can.
Davis takes back pass, he turns, and it's overthrown that time.
Here we go. Perfect. Serta was in great position.
And it looked like even if it was thrown, Serta could have put his arm over that to get the ball away. And here we go. Nate Davis, that's a play he's been able to hit all night long. You just got to stay in front of it. You got guys like Serta in the secondary. You got McPherson, and not out there. Yeah, he is. Marcus Smith. You got Landrick Brody on defense. So we're seeing a flip-flop between Landrick Brody and Roosevelt Falls. Let's see, and breaks the huddle. Nate Davis comes over.
Got to try to find
center,
it, but
and one in motion to the left. And here we go. He drops back.
Oh,
wide
Serta
open.
hit him, but let him go. That's weird. Serta hit him and then released him. No safety help came over, and that was a touchdown.
And it was that easy. Well,
I mean, it's if you're going to leave a guy uncovered, they're going to find him.
I think looking back, it could have. I think he was expecting over the help top, and he was the buck linebacker there and moving forward. So you on that formation, he would have probably thought there was somebody over the top when he released.
Yeah, nobody rotated over. I don't know if that's a miscommunication by Serta or what it was, but nobody rotated over and picked up the wide receiver, and he was wide open.
And in for the extra point is number 2, Luis Alvarez.
That's a fake.
And he fakes it, and he
got in. He got in, yeah. And that's number
2, the kicker.
No, is that number 2? That was Davis.
And we got a penalty for unsportsmanlike conduct on Marcus Smith.
Was that on Marcus?
And he's looking right at Marcus when he threw the flag.
Well, I'll tell you what, tempers are going to be flaring. The score is getting ugly. It's 64-26, and now's the time when players got to be professionals and just realize that you're getting your butt kicked and just try to make a play on the field. It can be done, just got to do it.
Oh, it's actually on the sole. So, sorry about that, Marcus. Just he was looking right at you whenever he called the
12 minutes, 28 seconds left. The score is 64-26. Wes, why don't we go and take a quick break until the kickoff, and we'll be right back.
Welcome back to the Santa Ana Star Center here in Rio Rancho, New Mexico. The Soul just go ahead and scored 64-26 Soul over your Stars. Let's see, Stars scored in the last drive. Make it consistent. Get another touchdown here. You got 2 players back, McGee and Roland Bruno back for the kickoff. We've seen squibs all night, so you can see Roosevelt Falls get this, or another up man. You got Marcus Smith as an up man as well. We'll see what they do here, and here's the kick. It's another squib. It's an onside, and it's Soul football.
Oh, my goodness. Wow.
And
that hit J.T. Cleveland right in the foot. I don't even think he felt it. Because it hit him and he went for the block and just let it go.
Why are they onside kicking it?
Well, because it's arena football and that's what you do.
That's how fights start. I just feel like it's 64-26. The game's over. And why? I just don't see the point in it. Just kick the ball away. You don't need to onside it when you're up almost 40 points.
Well, you want to score. You want to have a good time. I mean, you give people the...
Yeah, but they weren't even doing the... It just seems kind of... Granted, if I was on the Rio Grande Soul side, I'd be all excited, and they onside kicked it again. We'll see what they do here. You got Nate Davis under center. He takes.
Well, you know what? It's up to the defense to go and make a play. I mean, honestly, if they're going to do that, fine. but you're going to have to go and you're going to have to step up as a defense and make some plays. That's the bottom line in all of this, Wes. I mean, it's if they're going to put it on you, which that's obviously what the Soul's going to do. You got to go out and you got to make some plays. You got to come in. You got to blitz. You got to hit them. You got to put some. I don't. Obviously you don't play dirty, but you want to inflict some damage and some pain. You want to hit the quarterback. You want to hit the wide receivers. You want to make them pay for doing that onside kick.
Also, they did not mark the personal foul penalty on the Soul there, even though they should have been 15 yards back. That was not marked. Remember that penalty?
That's right.
They did not mark that penalty on the Soul. And here he goes. He throws it up, and it's a little bit overthrown that time by Nate Davis, and it goes straight down in the bottom, and they get and the football is thrown back in.
Yeah, well, that's into the
thing. Was that JR?
Yeah, there's no fans there. That's just peeps.
So we'll see what happens here. It is 2nd and about, I'd say, 5 on the Soul 20-yard line, and Nate Davis has his team in there in the huddle. They're about to break the huddle, and we'll see what kind of formation they come out in this time.
Well, Roosevelt Falls got to step up here. Marcus Smith's got to step up here, get people fired up, and just say, hey, they're challenging you. They're challenging you on all aspects. Are you going to roll over, or are you going to try to make a play here?
Nate Davis steps back, has time, pump fake once, wide open, and he's first down at the 22-yard line there for the Soul for another first down. And you're looking at this. Nate Davis had all the time in the world. He had to take one step forward, pump fake, wide open.
Well, they sent 3 defenders in that time. You probably should think about starting to send some other ones in. You got to rattle this guy somehow. You cannot give him that time. I never understood why you don't try to put as much pressure as you possibly can on a quarterback, because DBs are never going to be able to keep up with wide receivers all the time. The receivers know where they're going.
One to the left, one to the right. You got one in motion here on the left side, and it's a quick pitch handoff. And
this time it goes for a little bit.
They get about 3 yards on that one. That's the most positive either team has had with a running play.
Well, no, Roosevelt Falls had that touchdown. That was a 3-yarder.
Okay, we'll give them that one. But that was led by Landrick Brody's layout. But we'll see again here. And they're putting a drive together. They're not doing those big hits like they were earlier in the game. 64-26, 9:34 to go in the fourth quarter. Again, one to the left, one to the right. You got a motion man that'll be in the middle right behind Nate Davis, and he goes to the right, and he quick hit, wide open, first down.
Make the tackle.
Oh, maybe he didn't get the first down. A little bit short there, so it'll bring up a 3rd and about 2 yards to go from the New Mexico Stars 13-yard line.
And another penalty.
Another penalty.
I don't know what that one's for. It seemed like everything was okay, unless there's a little bit of jawing and some chippiness going on. You mentioned it, Wes. You throw that onside kick on there, all of a sudden people are a little bit angry. Jason, or what's his name, Serta? I keep calling him Jay Serta. What? Nathan Serta?
What number? It would look.
Jason Serta. Excuse me. Jason Serta was in there trying to rip the ball out. I don't know if that's what the call was. It's against the Soul.
Number 5 for the Soul, which would be. We'll get at number 5, Jared Williams, D lineman, with the unsportsmanlike conduct there.
Well, obviously there's some hard feelings going on. There's some jawing going on. People are a little bit fired up. You got 9 minutes left to try to just, play a clean game, try to make some plays, and
it's not over. We can still make the comeback.
Well, so, you just make it.
You got to score every time, and you never want to say it's over, but you got to start having healthy plays and stepping up. The defense has still held the Soul under their average as of right now.
Well, and football is a very emotional and physical game. I mean, I totally understand that, and nobody likes to have the wood laid to them, and that's exactly what's happened. I mean, the Soul's come in and just laid the lumber onto the New Mexico Stars right now, and all of a sudden we're having another conference.
The last 3 weeks, the Soul have been laying the wood and the thunder on the other teams.
Well, there was a lot coming into this game. The Stars had an opportunity for first place. They've won, 3 games in a row, feeling pretty good about themselves, 2 on the road. They finally get back into Rio Rancho, get back to New Mexico, and to come in here and just get thumped like this. Once again, Serta releases his defender.
Look at
this. What a play. Comes back in. That's a heck of a play. If he turns it up, he might goes in. That's number 11. I can actually see his number from here.
But McPherson comes up and helps with the tackle there, and also number 32 for the New Mexico Stars, J.T. Cleveland, with the help of getting that tackle in there.
Well, Damian Clark for the Soul went from right to left. Took a little bit of time there, but once again the clock's moving. 8 minutes left as the Soul's knocking on the door. Right now the Stars are trying to figure out a way to stop this. Serta and Allen are back there along with Marcus Smith and Emmanuel McPherson.
You got trips to the left. Calls him into motion. Nate Davis is ready to take the snap. He takes the snap. He's got time. He throws wide open touchdowns. But there you go. If you have an offensive line that can give a quarterback time, you're going to be totally fine.
And that's big Danny Young, 6'4", 235 pounds. Danny Young that was basically uncovered in the end zone.
It's people might recognize that name, Nate Davis, not only from the 49ers, but if you were around Stars football last year, he was the starting quarterback for the Amarillo Venom.
The past 2 years he was.
When they won the championships.
Right, exactly. So, the Soul went out. They put together a good team. They're going to end up. They will leave Rio Rancho, leading the LSFL, 2 games ahead of everybody else, putting themselves obviously at that number 1 seed for once the playoff starts.
We'll see what happens, and that means they can ride the playoff swing all the way through Rio Grande Valley, and the kick is up and good. So, with 7:08 to go, it's 71-26.
And that's Rio Grande Valley in Hidalgo, Texas. I looked it up.
Hidalgo, Texas.
Hidalgo,
where's
yes.
Texas?
Hidalgo. I don't know where it's at. It's in the Rio Grande Valley.
The Rio Grande is one of the largest rivers in the north in our continent.
Rio Grande Valley, I said.
But you got to remember, the Rio Grande Valley. You got to figure, it's next to the Rio Grande.
No, I don't think so.
You don't think so? Are you gonna Google it right now?
Should I do the Google Maps and kind of get this down?
I think we should see how it is.
Bill Nye, the science guy. Should we take a break while I do the Google?
Yeah. I think that might be a good idea.
We'll be back right after this.
All right, the debate's settled.
Figure that out?
Where is it?
It's in the southern tip of Texas. Looks like it's on the border there. I see McClellan, and across the border is Reynosa, Mexico.
So it's way down there, but is it in the Rio Grande, next to Rio Grande?
There's Rio Grande City.
I look at the Rio Grande sometimes out here. Does the water stretch that far down?
I have no idea.
Well, here we go. We got one player back, and that's McGee. And you got Bruno over in the corner. We'll see. And they actually kick it off this time.
McGee gets a chance for a run back now.
He takes in the back of the end zone at 5-10, and he's down. Oh, he runs through. He's about to the 16-yard line. Decent run back there. He's in the back of the end zone. So we'll see what McGlory and the offense can put together this time. With 6:48 and counting, the Stars are down 71-26. Looking out there, you got Dexter Manley. McGlory's out there with Landrick Brody. And McGee is out there. So gets a signal call from the coach. McGlory's into the huddle, giving the team the huddle call, and they break the huddle. One side Dexter Manley, one side Roland Bruno. McGee is in motion. McGlory under center. And the snap is just to follow. Rio Grande has 3 players up, 2 in the backfield. McGlory steps back, quick hit, wide open.
McGee
has it, touchdown.
And that's a touchdown.
Wow. I wish that wasn't a solo touchdown because that looked really easy.
Well, I'll tell you what, McGee's been able to be free basically in the middle all night long. It's just that McGlory's been under pressure and hasn't been able to hit him. This time he got a little bit of time, and with that little bit of time he was able to hit McGee on the fly, and we know McGee has some speed, and he was able to use that speed and punch it into the end zone.
Which was nice about that whole thing. He just put it right on. He put it on a rope, and it was right to him.
Yeah, what was nice is it all started on the line. The offensive line gave him some time. If you're a quarterback, like we were talking on the other side, if you have a little bit of time as an offensive lineman, if the offensive line gives a quarterback a little bit of time, no DB is going to be able to cover a wide receiver too long.
McGee is there with a straight-ahead kick for the extra point.
McGlory.
Excuse me. Kick
blocked. Actually, I don't think it was blocked. It was a nubbler.
And they threw the ball in the stands, and there's another penalty.
Another 15-yarder.
And there you go. That's just going to be 15 yards at it. And there goes Katrina throwing some footballs up in the stands. But back 5:37 to go. The Stars with the quick hitter there.
she almost ran into Big Levi Horn right there.
Did she almost get taken out?
Yeah, she almost took him out, I think.
Look at her. She's got maybe track for her senior year.
I don't know if she has those skills or not.
I think she's having some fun down there.
Well, and that's, what, honestly, that's what Stars games are all about. That's what the LSFL is all about, is coming out and having a good time. Obviously the score is not exactly the way Stars fans want it to go, but you can't say that you haven't had a good time. It's been good quality football. It's been fun LSFL football. You've seen a lot of scoring, a lot of plays, a lot of giveaways, a lot of different things that the Stars organization does here. Come on out. I mean, they come in a couple of weeks. They'll be back here in a couple of weeks. Come on out and see the game and enjoy just a nice evening. The prices are reasonable.
And at the end of the game, you can meet the players.
At the end of the game, you can go down, though it's going to be a little tough to talk to some of the Stars players tonight as they're taking it on the chin, no doubt about it.
And also, Leroy gets the pleasure to hang out with me, who always want to hang out with the man.
Golly.
But here we go, Marcus Smith.
Thank you.
Come on, Leroy. There you go. Marcus Smith is back to take this kick. We'll see what they do here. You got two players back for and he just kicks it off the wall, and it bounce off the wall. Takes it to the 15. He's to the 15. He goes
dancing around.
20,
he's got
25,
to find an opening,
and 20,
and
15,
looks
10,
back.
5, 3-yard line.
Is that Allen that comes back and stops it? Yep.
It seems like he ran for about 100 yards there. Gets the touchdown. But they're able to close the gap, and he's hurt. He's down a little bit right now. Allen with the tackle. There's not much padding between a wall. Between that
There's
hard.
Some, but he definitely took the brunt of all that. He bounced off the ground and off the wall.
So they're down at looks like about the 5-yard line, and they're marking it at the 6. We'll see. There should be a 15-yard mark off on this penalty because of the throwing the ball in the stands on sportsmanlike penalty. If I remember correctly, that happened. So we'll see if they mark this one off, and he's up. And that was number 12.
I don't know.
Ladies and gentlemen, we apologize. It's just these numbers are unreadable.
Looking at the Stars schedule, Wes, here in the 24th, they go into Amarillo and play the Venom once again, followed by May 31st, the San Angelo Bandits come into the Santa Ana Star Center to play. That's Saturday, May 31st at a 7:30 p.m. kickoff. Followed by that, the Stars go into West Texas to play the Wildcatters. They're in the Ector County Coliseum. And then they finish up here June 21st with, once again, the Rio Grande Valley Soul coming in for a visit. Hopefully by then, the Stars will be able to put together some of the woes that they've suffered tonight and give the Soul a better fight. But, things are still looking good for the Stars. They're going to end the night in second place.
Trips to the right back. He comes up. And what a catch.
That was off the ground.
That would have been a heck of a catch there if he was able to snag it in.
But I'll tell you what
how does Nate Davis get that ball to him?
Yeah, he had A.J. Porty basically throwing him to the ground as he was sideways, perfectly vertical as he tossed that ball. That's all arm strength, and that just shows you what the arm strength that Nate Davis has as he was able to just even deliver that ball was amazing.
And you're looking at this, the Stars defense is still a decent defense out there. Just because Rio Grande Valley has been getting all these points on everybody, not just the Stars. So you got trips to the right, and Nate Davis, a screen pass, he gets it at the
Nice
17,
defense.
down at the 14. Make that the 13 right now. So that brings up a third and about 7 yards to go for the Soul.
You got to like the way that Adrian Cole was able to ride that block and wasn't washed out in the screenplay. Real quick for the Rio Grande Valley Soul, next weekend they go to the Ector County Coliseum to play the West Texas Wildcats on June 7th. They host the San Angelo Bandits, followed by June 14th the Amarillo Venom, and then come out once again the 21st to play the Stars again. So, you know, as we get to the second half of the season, things are moving forward. It looks like the Stars jumped off sides, and there's a penalty. Davis is running for his life. He's got a wide open wide receiver. He sees him. He throws it up. Oof. That was dangerous. Of course, he knew he had the offside, so I don't think he was too worried. But
They sure did see that one. Well, I won't comment any further, but it looks like this should be offsides on the Stars and give a third down and manageable, very, very manageable short field for Rio Grande Valley. Looking ahead here, what are the Stars? There's been some glaring moments for the Stars. We can look at a lot of different things that they could fix, but what's one thing you see out there, Leroy, the Stars need to fix for next game?
no, it comes down to the same thing: offense. I mean, you know, I talked to Coach Briamonte. He said he's, you know, McGlory is a work in progress. He's a rookie. He's a work in progress. He kind of took a sidestep this week, though I have to admit, Wes, I don't think it's all Andrew's fault. I think the offensive line didn't give him a lot of time. I think the Soul just physically was able to outclass the Stars this week on both the offensive and defensive side of the ball, especially at the lines. There's Porty again as he throws it up for grabs, and there's a penalty.
And they're calling.
There's a lot of jawing. Is that against Marcus Allen again?
They're saying he was holding him on that pass.
Well, you can't. I mean, it had to be a post play penalty. It wasn't during the actual game. It had to happen afterwards. It had to be either a sportsmanlike or unnecessary roughness call.
That was an uncatchable ball.
Right. That's what I mean. There was no way that was during the actual play.
We'll see. Here we go with the call.
Yeah. Personal foul. And that's 3. That's a hat trick for Marcus Allen. His 3rd personal foul penalty.
I didn't see much there.
It's just. I think the refs just want to basically keep this game in check for the next 3 minutes.
And here's the handoff. He turns the corner and he's in for the touchdown.
Cut it in for the touchdown. And that takes it up to 77.
77 to 32 Stars. Soul with the lead, but now you got other stuff just going on everywhere. There's a lot of different things going on in this field, and I think with that kind of call, it's just to kind of keep the blood from boiling over.
Exactly. You don't want to lose control of everything that's going on. It's and like we talked about, Wes, it's a physical game. It's an emotional game. The Stars and the Soul both knew what was on the line. What was on the line tonight. The Stars get home. They haven't been home for a few weeks. They were hoping that the Stars fans would go ahead and give them that extra boost. The Stars actually.
We lost it there for a second.
We got technical difficulties.
My foot got connected around a cord and unplugged us.
And your feet just aren't that big, Wes.
Okay, I'll leave that one at that. And we're moving forward. The Stars. What would you like to see with these players? What
are you talking about with the rest of the game or the rest of the season?
Yeah, right now there's 2 minutes 51 seconds left. What do they need to do?
Just play like a professional right now. That's what you do at this point. On both sides of the field, you just want to see both teams play as professionals. What does that mean? That means enough with the chippiness. You know what I mean? I know that there's going to be people jawing, but just turn around and get ready for the next play. As far as on the field, just be aware of the situation. You can't let another one of these silly onside kicks come and hit you in the foot without being aware. Also, if you get the ball, just start working and use this next few minutes as basically a glorified scrimmage. That's what it is. It's a scrimmage that you get to play with other players, in a live situation. You're not going to win the game, so let's not try for home runs, but let's try to work on some things for future games and for the next time that you run up against the Soul.
Luis Alvarez is back for the extra point, and here comes the snap. Kicks down, and it's up, and it is good.
So that puts it 78-32 with 2 minutes and 35 seconds left, or 2:33 in the rest of the game. So we'll be back right after this with the Soul kickoff.
Welcome back to the Santa Ana Star Center. The Soul are getting ready to kick off here. 78-32 Soul over the Stars with 2 minutes and 30 seconds to go. We've still got at least one more timeout and possibly a couple more kickoffs here. The way the Soul can score these touchdowns, but let's see if the Stars can put something together. McGee's back. Lewis's kick is up, and it's another squib kick. Takes it a nice hop, and it stops at the 5-yard line. But McGee's able to get it. He gets ahead of Seamers at 5, 10, 15, 20, and just short of the 20-yard line. He gets about to 15.
No,
he's still not down. And now he gets up to the 24-yard line. There was no whistle blown, so he's up there at the 24-yard line. He knows the ability was there to break that thing wide open, and you got a Soul player down.
Another Soul player down. You know what's kind of interesting if we look at it, one of the players was just taken into the locker room. He was holding his wrist. I don't know if he broke something or sprained something, and all of a sudden we're starting to see a lot of Soul players that are on the ground. I mean, they're winning. They're up comfortably, obviously by 50. Let me do a quick math here. I'm sorry, 46 points.
Come on, this isn't Common Core math, Leroy.
So with 46 points up, you would think they'd be a little bit more pumped, but I keep seeing more Soul players down on the ground than anything else.
But let's see what happens here. McGlory's under center. Roland Bruno one side. Dexter Manley the other, and that'll be a
Soul take another timeout. Why?
You got to preserve the lead. So with that quick timeout, maybe just to get a certain player on there that they didn't have the right formation, because they've had that problem today. They've had 3 illegal defenses today.
Well, even with the illegal defenses and maybe not getting the right players on, obviously it's not hurting them too much, as they've been able to basically run roughshod over the Stars' offensive line, really put pressure on McGlory, really force him into some bad plays and some bad positions. Like I said, you can't blame all of the offensive woes on Andrew McGlory today, the rookie quarterback. Like I said, the offensive line has to step up and make some plays.
There we go. McGlory's under center. Quick ball. Wrong pages there. Manley was
and you know what? That's the second time that exact play has happened, where Manley goes in and McGlory's throwing out. So that's obviously a miscommunication. I don't know if it's McGlory's on the wrong page or it's Manley that's on the wrong page, but one of them is definitely not on the right page on that one.
We're here when we get to the 1 minute warning. We'll go over our stars of the game here in a little bit. There's a couple. I'm going to pick one from either side. Leroy, there's still some bright spots out there that we can find. There's always stuff we can find out there, and Dexter Manley goes into motion, and a bad snap, but McGlory's able to handle it. Gets the ball out to McGee. McGee's right there in the middle and catches the ball. First
down. That should take us to the 1 minute warning, I believe.
All right, and here at the 1 minute warning, it's going to be 78-32 Rio Grande Valley. So I got 2 players, one on either side that's really stuck out to me. And the obvious choice, or people they could always go to, is Nate Davis.
and the way he's going. But you have to look at, but I'm going to take a little bit of a sidestep here and going to go 22 Desmond Cathy. It's a 6'6 linebacker in the middle that was just leaving havoc pretty much for the whole game. Could get his mitts on some balls and just was able to get it anywhere. What do you recall about him, Leroy?
Well, the one play that I recall is that McGee was open in the middle, and Cathy just stuck his paw out there and was able to bat it down. And really, to be honest with you, there hasn't been I think there's a couple of guys you could pick for the Soul that has been able to make some plays. Obviously, Nate Davis, like you said, is the guy that you could talk about for the Soul. But how about those wide receivers? They have a pair of big wide receivers that were basically they could throw the ball up to either one of them, and they make those plays. And I am talking about, as I scan the roster, as I think in my mind here, Wesley.
Danny Young, number 14.
And Damian Clark, number 11. Both of those guys are tall. A lot of height on this team. They were able to jump, and they were able to make the plays. So
I think, and then my other one would be Jermaine McGee. Just because he was there, he was around getting stuff done on the field for the Stars. I wish I could have said Dexter Manley, but he didn't seem to get the ball enough. And
there's your guy right there
McGee
with another
again.
touchdown.
McGee scores a touchdown. But I think that, we're trying to find bright spots. He's been a bright spot this game.
Well, I'll tell you, when you talk about the Stars, if given enough time, they've been able to score. That's twice now that McGlory was able to hook up with McGee. You're right. Dexter Manley, they had a couple of opportunities. They had the one drive that was basically Dexter's drive. After that, they really haven't used him as much more than a decoy. McGlory also had the one touchdown pass to Roland Bruno, which was a sweet play. But other than that, it's been McGee as their only offense. They got to figure something out with that, and I think that really comes down to the offensive line.
And here we go. They're trying to get. They had 1-2 short there. 4, 3, 2, and the snap is up. Kick it, and it's blocked.
And now you got to field that.
And it's felt, and there's 54.6 seconds to go.
And Levi Horns.
You want no part of that.
Come on, Levi, you outweigh that. Yeah, I was going to say you outweigh that guy by at least 150 pounds.
But again, the ref calling it from further back behind the play, not the guy that was standing right next to Levi.
Well, you got to stop that. You can't. you got to protect the little fellas in that situation. I mean, that has the potential for ugliness. So you got to stop that. You just got to. You just can't let that go. I don't blame the ref for making that call. You have to make that call.
Unsportsmanlike Stars. There we go. The penalty will be assessed after the kickoff is over. So still 54 seconds left for a quick hitting offense. They might hit their average of 80 points.
Well, you just kicked the onside kick here, don't you?
Yes and no.
No, yes and yes. Why no? I don't see a no in that at all.
I don't give them that field position because they know that
they're going to get the field position anyway. The 15-yard penalty. Not only that,
that's true. Not
I mean, you want the ball back. You got to try once again. It's not that you're going to win the game because you're not. You're down by 40 points. You're not going to win the game, but you give yourself an opportunity for some positive things. You use this as a controlled scrimmage. You realize you're going to lose and you got blown out. So you just try to use every play and every opportunity for positive things for the future.
And we're looking at it here. The Stars will kick off from their own goal line. And it's 78-38 Rio Grande Valley. And in this quarter, they put up 18 points this quarter. A solid quarter they put together. It's just that lull for 2 quarters, not being able to score, and the defense not getting that. And Andrew McGlory, when he has time, you brought this up many times. When he has time, he scores.
Well, it's just the nature of football. I mean, if a quarterback has time, like I said, the wide receivers know where they're going. Now, I noticed that the Soul's loading up the line of scrimmage with one player back. I mean, you almost want to pop this one up and see if your speedsters can get down there.
Some of the guys you got in there, you got Emmanuel McPherson, Landry Brody, Marcus Smith, Cerna's in there. So you got some guys. I would like to see maybe a Dexter Manley in there. He's a big, tall, big, fast receiver. We'll see. We'll see what Marcus does here, and he just kicks it.
Yeah, there you go.
And takes it at the 10-yard line. It's to the 15, and he just goes out of bounds. No reason. They know it's over. There's 47.9 seconds to go. And remember, fans, there is no kneeing in LSFL
right, you got
football.
You got to make the plays.
So probably see a running play here, maybe 2 more, and that should do it. And we'll see what happens here with 47.9 seconds to go. Leroy, before we close this out after this game, any thoughts going into future?
Well, I mean, it's, we know exactly where we're at with the Stars. I think the Soul has come in here and showed that they are exactly that, the class of the league right now. They are the number 1 team. They have 2-game lead over everybody, and they came in here and imposed their will on the Stars. Here's the thing: there's enough positives. I think that if the Stars can look back, and I think Coach Briamonte can look back and say, "Look, we went toe-to-toe with the number 1 team for the first 2 quarters. We just didn't get enough offense to really make anything happen." Now they've got to try to find a way to add that offense. I don't know exactly. Obviously, you're not going in the free agent market now. You're not going to, there's not going to be some superstar, but you got to go with what's here, and I think there's enough there. They just got to find a way to make it happen. There's a first positive running game that they knew they were going to run the ball. So anyway.
Well, and just looking forward, I hate to use this pun, but
cliche time.
Not really cliche, but
right.
there's a movie. Everybody knows the Mighty Ducks movies.
I don't.
So Iceland beats up on America 11-1 in hockey. So this is like you're getting beat up right now, and then they come back in the last game of the season and take it and win the game against Iceland. So it's now time. The Stars know where they're at. They know what they got to do to beat this team, and they got to go out and be successful by doing that. They don't get these guys to the last game, and that's the same situation. You're looking at that. And see, let's see, we might have to go one more play. Let's see when they reset the, let's see if they reset it, and that'll do it. Let's see, in 1 second that should do it. Nope. There's going to have to be one more play.
Are you serious? He could have waited 1 second?
Nope, 26.1.
He
Yeah, we're here in Santa Ana Star Center, 14-13, and there's going to have to be one more play done. That'll do it. 78-38 is going to be your final score here from the Santa Ana Star Center. Leroy, it's always
fun. Do they hand the ball off?
Let's see.
No, they don't. They're going for a score. Unbelievable.
And he throws it away. And that'll do it. Final score is 78-38. New Mexico Stars fall to Rio Grande Valley Soul. Leroy, anything else before we call it a night?
Well, obviously a tough night for the New Mexico Stars. Definitely not the way that they wanted to end it. Coach Briamonte's running out. The players are going out. Like I said, once again, sometimes Coach Briamonte is going to talk to the referee. Obviously, it's not exactly what Stars fans wanted, and sometimes you have those tough games, and this was one of those tough games. This team can still grow from it. I think there was some positives that they could take out of it, mostly negatives, but this gives an opportunity for Coach Briamonte to talk to these players and say, hey, we were going for first place. We didn't quite make it there. So now what do we got to work on? Let's not start believing all the hype that we're ready to be a superstar team. Let's continue to do work, win, lose, or draw. It's, you're here for this team, and that's what's going to happen. So
on that note, for myself, Wes Henderson, and Leroy Lucero,
we'll see you in a couple weeks.
See you in a couple weeks, and always, go Stars.
Good night, and God bless you all.